the Bastard Sermon.
Welcome to another episode of the Bastard Sermon. This is one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker.
Patrick Seta.
Luke Young.
Did Luke forget his fucking name or something? What happened? Luke
What was
just stared at me like, what is my name?
And today we have on two special guests. We have the great and awesome Alex Wohl and Kevin Morris. Thanks for coming on. Woo!
Hey! Yeah, thanks for having me, fellas.
We're going to get real fucking crazy up in here. These guys play in a badass local band called Clairsentient. We will post their link later on in the episode. But check them out. They're fucking dope. And Alex plays in a band with me, which I've talked about several times on the podcast, called Silent Harvest, which will be out soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to delve into some really funky shit. So Kevin, Cody has a question for you.
Okay.
Shoot.
Do you remember who your first jack-off was to?
Yeah, I think I do.
You remember the actual person? Because my boss, shout out really quick. I probably shouldn't say his name. I'll just say my boss gave me these questions and texted them to me. It was like topics for tonight. First one, who did you first jack off to? And I had to like comb my memory for a minute to find it. But you were so fucking fast. You were just
absolutely
like, bam, of course I do.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I was 12 and a half, 13.
Sounds about right.
Bring us way back.
Yeah.
Paint the picture for us. You're in your
So,
car bed.
Okay, so it was like sick day. Like 12-year-old
Power
Kevin
Ranger sheets.
going through puberty, had a sick day. So my parents were gone, and when you're 12 you rarely get like an entire house to yourself. So I got on the what are they, the softcore porn stuff they
Like,
have on like
are you like
Cinemax
HBO
or whatever?
Yeah, they have like the movies like you can like rent or whatever.
No insertion, no penetration is shown.
Yeah, but
It's just
like,
the grinding
it's
and
just
the
like,
asshole. You get to see basically.
Yeah, you more or less just like have to use your imagination a lot more with like hardcore porn.
You got to picture the penetration.
Right. And fuck.
Or what you can do. Oh, I'll save it for after. Never mind. Go ahead. Well, I'm just saying, if you have two pillows and you have a KY gel, it's all right. I'll save it for later. I'll tell you guys later.
So yeah, I'm drawing a blank on the name, but that was I remember the name of the show. It was like True Confessions or something.
XXX.
Was it Taxi Cab Confessions?
I don't know.
What's
sure.
Taxi Cab
Was it in a
Confessions?
taxi?
Well, let him finish the story, and
Okay.
I'll tell you all about it.
Anyway, it was like some confession thing, and the actress's name was like Savannah or something like that. But
You remember it all the way down to the actors
I don't
and
remember
actresses,
her name was
respectively?
Savannah. She had like a whole like litany of other, because you could then like it's searched by name, and for whatever reason I was super infatuated with Savannah, so I watched like all her songs. I probably set like a world record that day
Of masturbating?
of masturbating. Well, just to like when I was. When you're that age, just anything, the fucking wind blows, you're like,
So what's the most you've masturbated in one day?
I don't know if I could put a number on it.
I know,
That's
right?
a lot.
It's an uncountable
A lot,
number.
yeah.
It's an uncountable
Yeah.
number?
Yeah.
Like you're raw as fuck afterwards?
Yeah, like it's like it hurt. When you have like the
Start
painful
a fire?
Let's talk about right now about how calmly Cody said it's uncountable, as if it's like
He already knew,
like every day he can't count how many times he masturbates. It's just too often.
To quote the legendary Dave Chappelle, I beat my dick like it owes me money.
I know it that like when you come, it hurts. I think that's when you're.
When your balls start like going inside of your pee hole, like there's nothing left. Like
There's like a
nothing
whistling
comes
sound.
out. There's a little blood.
So was that the first
Little
time
blood
you
dust.
the first time you masturbated, or what
No,
was
it
the
was
first
like
time?
it was like the first time I like locked in on something. Like, yes, her, she is gonna be the one this time. Or normally it's like fucking like the Sears catalog or like anything.
Dude, how old are you that you're jerking off to the Sears catalog? That's like some 1950s.
Hey, dude, I was like jerking off like there was no internet when I started. It was like a new thing.
True.
Yeah, I had to do it the old-fashioned way.
Can
you have to go to the gas station and get the magazine that's blacked out.
Well, I lucked out. Like my stepdad had like a humongous porn collection, and he did not keep tabs on it. So,
can you guys remember the first time you found porn on the internet?
Dude, I
was like one of the first things I did.
We talked about it one episode, but like when we first discovered it, like what are the longest binges you've gone on in porn? And we were like, we pulled all-nighters, man. There's been all-nighters out there. And that's when the internet first came out. But funny story about like you saying you know someone who owned a bunch of magazines. Mm-hmm. I may have said it on the podcast once, but my dad, hi Dad, he had a huge bookshelf filled with Playboys for 30 years worth of Playboys and some shit.
Damn, man.
So naturally, I took them all.
Of course.
Well, I took a little bit, just enough for him not to notice.
Page at a time.
And then I sold them to everyone in school.
What?
Yeah.
Entrepreneurial with your porn?
Yeah.
Did you know you could absolutely get arrested for that?
Well, allegedly.
That's so illegal.
That's an adult crime.
Pat was like, well, it was my old school. I was 27 at the time.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, I almost got caught, too, because...
that would have been big boy time if you were old.
Well, I was underage, so I wouldn't have... What the fuck? I mean, allegedly, I did this. Yeah. So...
I don't think that's going to hold up in
I don't
court.
give a shit.
Well, let's
whatever.
go to example B, and Pat's like, allegedly, rolling his eyes back in his head.
Yeah, Your Honor, allegedly.
Yeah,
they never said allegedly.
Allegedly, I did it.
But I remember there was one magazine that got torn up out of some kid's backpack, and it got thrown throughout the entire locker room hallway. And I went to an all-guys school. So this went crazy for a while, and they were trying to bust the person. Never got caught. Till now. Till right now.
So you just snitched on yourself.
Yeah, way to
Whatever.
rat yourself out to the whole internet.
So, yeah, interesting. Alex, what was the first time you masturbated? What was that like?
I mean, if I remember correctly, they were like...
You remember it like it was yesterday.
He was playing guitar. An advertisement came up for a 9-string. They make 9 strings?
They didn't make 9 strings when I was 12. And fucking 9-string guitar. But they were like some...
Powerful words.
Fucking... My dad had these magazines in the bathroom drawer. And they were like Easy Rider magazines or some shit. It was basically
like a biker magazine?
Yeah, it was like
With
motorcycles and then half-naked girls. And
True.
I was like, whoa, what's this?
Why'd my pants get tighter?
Yeah, this is pretty cool. And kind of the same thing. I stole some magazines from my dad, just a couple so he wouldn't notice. And, eventually it turned into me stealing more magazines. And eventually he realized that I was stealing them.
I mean, what are they going to do? Approach you? Like, hey, where the fuck are my porno mags?
I know what you do. If you guys have kids out there, what you do? You find out when they're jacking off. You wait till you hear the little and then you kick their door in. What the fuck are you doing in here? And then fucking smack them right in the head of their penis. If you ever do that again, a demon will come right out of hell and steal your soul and eat it.
Do you want to go to hell, boy? Do you want to go to hell?
Have you ever been busted by your parents?
That was how that's how they reacted to it. That's why I started this podcast.
Oh, it's all adding up. It's all coming out.
Yeah.
I got busted and my mom told me it would fall off.
No, you fucking didn't.
So mean. Everything.
So she just traumatized the shit out of you. That's like I was obviously
Dude, no way. Like I heard, I was like shenanigans. Like,
Like,
you're either lying to me or I'm willing to risk it.
Either way, it's still happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad caught me once, and it was so... I think about it almost every day sometimes. Just thinking like, fuck, that was embarrassing. You ever have those moments you're just like, what the fuck?
My
well,
brother.
of course that happened. Yeah, you told me about your brother. We should go into that again. That's funny. But basically, I remember I had like this old Christmas Oreo box, and I just filled it with like little pieces of paper. This is when I was really young, when before the internet kind of shit, you could look it up. So I'd find these magazines upstairs, cut a little picture out, save it in there, and then one day he walked in, he's like, hey buddy, just super quiet, and I look up at him, he looks at me, he shuts the door quietly, we don't talk about it ever again, but it was... Oh man,
that's
he
how it
caught
should be done.
It was like the damage was done, like it was embarrassing. Again, hi Dad, sorry. But have you ever been caught, Alex?
I haven't ever been caught masturbating. I've been caught having sex. But
Same.
Like by your family?
Yeah.
What
That's
happened?
My
to me
mom.
before. That's embarrassing.
She actually like kind of was like laughing at me and shit, so it made it even
Minds.
worse. She wasn't even like mad. She was just like making fun of me. Like, oh, because I came down, or I we're like down in the basement, right? My mom comes downstairs, and we like cover up real quick, act like we're sleeping. And she
Under the same blanket?
Right, well, so she like walks around into the laundry room, and I'm like, my dumb ass is like, let me jump up real quick and fucking try to put my clothes on and shit. And as soon as I jump up, my mom walks back in the room. She's like, I saw you naked. I'm like, oh.
She was waiting for
It was pretty
perpetration.
embarrassing. It was pretty awful.
Did she tell your dad?
I have no idea. My parents really were pretty cool about that shit.
Well,
Like, they let my
that's
girlfriend
nice.
stay over and shit when I was like 16. So
That's
I'd
Dang,
hide
lucky
hickeys.
friggin' you,
I
bud.
know, right?
If I ever got a hickey, my parents would be like, "What's on your neck? Is that a hickey?" And I was like, "No, I fell. I swear, I fell."
Dude, I got busted twice by my dad, and he was just the most bro about it. The second time, he was kind of a dick, but he was real bro about it mostly.
What happened? Set the whole story.
So
up.
the first time, it was like with one of my girlfriends. It was like a
You want to shout her out on the podcast right now?
Absolutely not, because I'm pretty sure she listens. And
She knows who she is.
and I was going down on her in my couch. Okay, rookie moves are happening right now because I'm a sophomore.
In the living room?
No, it's in the basement where I sleep. I live
Okay.
down in the basement at this point. And
It was your sex dungeon.
there was nothing on. Like the TV wasn't on. There was nothing going on. People were home. Like I was
And all you can
making
hear is what
mistakes.
sounds like a boot caught in a mayonnaise jar. What are you doing, Luke? Oh, I don't know what Luke's doing down there. Like, well,
The
I
dog
think it's
is
obvious.
really enjoying that water.
But the
man.
thing is, like, I had such confidence, though, because I could hear everyone in the house. I could hear every location because the ceiling creaked whenever someone stepped. So I was like, if someone's coming, I know. Well, my dad fucking beelined it like he was a professional hard walker, He fucking came quick and fast. And
Beeline.
He
I'm
fucking
gonna
came
watch
down.
my son fuck a girl
he was
one time
coming
before
down
I die.
He was coming down to the laundry. I fucking hop up real quick, grab the blanket that's on the couch, throw it over her lap. We're both just staring at my turned off TV. Dead silence.
So obvious.
Doing
You got
nothing.
Your shoes are on backwards. And you're wearing her dress and she's wearing your shirt. And, we were playing Sega Genesis, Dad.
We were playing house.
He fucking just walks by and just eyeballs me, he's trying to piece together what's going on, and he walks into the laundry room in the other side, turns around, finishes doing what he's doing, comes back, and as he's going up the stairs, I look back at him. He fucking winks at me and throws me a thumbs up. He was such a yeah.
How long was he watching?
He was.
And then he just happened to give you the thumbs up when you caught him watching. Good job, son.
The second time though, he caught me in the deed. And I had to hop up out of bed, and I was putting on clothes as he was coming down the stairs. She was still in the bed with the covers over her head, convincing herself she could hide from him.
I got caught by my little sister one time. So, we had the bed was made.
How
and we were,
little?
She was like 10 and shit.
Good
And
lord.
it becomes
Wow.
so fucking awesome.
About to get real Freud in here.
Oh, it was
really
bad.
is.
So we were banging on top of the covers, like bed already made and shit. So it wasn't easy to get to the covers. And then next thing you know, my door just comes open. And you know how 10-year-olds do. They don't fucking knock. They just walk right on in and start telling you stuff. Yeah, so mommy says that we're... and she just sees that we're both on top of each other naked. I turn around. I'm grabbing like blankets and like... I'm like, get out, leave now. And she was like, mommy, she's still trying to tell me the fucking point as I'm like trying to like cover up and like yank the covers off of the person that's on the bed and fucking like hold it up in front of us and walk towards her, kick the door in, like, fuck out of my room. What are you doing?
Mom!
And then a week later, my mom came in and fucking caught me again. And she was like, God damn it, Cody. And then like slammed the door in my face. Yeah, that was all that she said. Never brought it up again. She just opened the door like, what am I going to do with this fucking kid? Closed the door again.
I know you've told the story once, but it's one of the funniest stories I think you've ever told on the podcast is when you and your brother shared a bunk bed and he caught you in mid-cum.
Oh, yeah. So I used to have this super creaky ass bunk bed. Like you breathe in and the bunk bed like like every time you breathe in and shit. So like you couldn't get away with nothing. So I am doing ninja strokes trying to jack my dick.
Like quietly, slowly, so it doesn't make noise.
Like as I breathe in, and one jack per breath. And up and down, in and out. Just holding the end of the foreskin. Oh, Jesus. We're going to get there. Even if it takes all night. I don't care if I sleep tonight. We're going to get this nut out. And then fucking my brother's in the top bunk bed above me. And I'm trying to, like, every time you breathe, it's moving. I'm like, oh, damn. I'm getting close. Oh, yeah.
Short control birth now.
And then when you start, your eyes start rolling back into your head. And you're like about to, you got full autism face. Brr, and then you're about to, and then next thing I know, I open my eyes for 1 second. And my brother is hanging his head over the edge of the bunk bed. He was like, it smells like rotten peanut butter down here. And then he fucking puts his head, and I was like, well, it was one of those situations where
you were mid-cum, right?
I was like, you ever have to lie while you're coming? No. Just mid-cum? I wasn't jacking off.
It wasn't what you think.
I was having a bad dream.
I theorize like nobody can do like anything in that moment. Like you're just dumb. You're just retarded. Like I challenge you to try and do anything like in that moment.
Right.
Anything. It doesn't matter. Like fucking you're not gonna do it.
I agree. I think you're at that point while it's happening. You're like, fucking let them see it.
It doesn't. It would not matter what it is.
Nothing in the world can match this feeling.
There was covers. Don't worry. He wasn't seeing what was going on.
But that's just the kind of shame I'm talking about. Anyone is willing to go through.
Right. There's no like that level of embarrassment can't wait. Yeah. Like you will deal with it after this insanely awesome moment.
So
pretty traumatizing.
A friend of mine, I won't say her name. She once told me a story that was pretty funny to me at the time. She said that her mom caught her one time with a vibrator inside of her. Basically, she came home drunk as fuck. She was trying to just get it on with herself, and she passed out with it still on in her, and her mom walked in.
Hey, what the fuck is that sound?
Yeah, what the fuck?
What? Can you imagine finding your daughter and thinking she's dead? You gotta check her vitals while she's got a vibrator just going in her pussy.
Do I remove it? Do I turn it
puddle
off?
on the floor.
That's what's
doing circles.
My mind. Like I imagine her coming down the stairs looking left. She's just stretched out fully on the couch, but her skirt's up, and there's just a pink vibrator just still going. She's drooling.
I can't help but think about her mom in that moment. Like she's walking past the doorway and she's like, bzz, like what the fuck is that? Bzz, getting close to the door. Bzz, like opening the door like, oh my god, fuck. All right, baby, no.
So let's move on to the first video of the night. So have you ever watched like Jackass or anything like that where people are lighting fireworks out of their asses? Or it's been 4th of July this past week, and there's probably been a lot of these videos you've probably seen on the internet where people are holding large bottle rockets and they're holding them in their asshole. Their ass cheeks are squeezed together to hold it up, and they light it and they shoot it off, and it just sticks in their asshole still and pops. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I recently found some videos. I don't know if you can all see that, but so
he has 3rd-degree burns in the inside of his asshole.
Yeah, so there's a ton of videos like this pulling around. But what's crazy is you don't realize the dark implication of lighting a firework like that on your asshole. So I have to pull it up.
Yes, I do.
Let's delve into that.
For 3 4th of July in a row, I burnt myself with a sparkler.
That is the pussiest way.
How do you burn yourself with a sparkler?
I'm a piece of shit.
Well, what? Hold on a second, Luke. You just tell me you got burned by a sparkler and try to compare it to this dude having a bottle rocket.
What about that?
Roaming fucking candle launch into his asshole directly.
But I know about the severity of the damage.
What is he doing?
He's lighting it out of his belly button.
Oh, that's gonna go good.
And just shoots straight into his belly button. So let me pull up exactly what they're saying.
People
I gotta pull it up.
fucking
I'm gonna pull it up. But
dumb.
basically, there's a surgeon that went on and talked about this. I can't find exactly what he said, but he talked about how life-changing this event in your life is. This 10 seconds of you saying, "Oh, this is hilarious! Oh my God!" It's gonna cost you over $1 million to $2 million worth of medical bills altogether. Because what's gonna happen is they're gonna give you third-degree burns on your asshole in the, I think it's called the perp area. I could be wrong, but I think it's just a specific area between your groin and then the top of your ass crack. So all that area in between. So imagine trying to take
The
a
gooch,
shit.
Patrick?
Yeah,
the
all
gooch.
of that area, including like dick,
perennial.
vagina,
I
all
think
that
it's
shit.
I
the,
think
the
that's-
perennial areas.
Yeah, I
Is
think
that
that's
what
what
it's
it's called.
called?
Perennial.
That's
Yeah.
what okay.
You
That's
guys
what
know
it's
the
called.
fucking medical name like you went to Harvard for gooch science?
I mean, I've had a lot of weird jobs.
Correction, it's perineal.
Perennial.
Yeah, so
Perineal.
that's what it is. But so basically, they're gonna have to put a catheter up your asshole to stop your shit from hitting your third-degree burns on your ass, and you're gonna be sitting in the hospital for about 2 to 5 months altogether trying to heal, and that's gonna be thousands of dollars. There's IV injections out there that cost $5,000 a day for people who have to get it daily for, like, let's say chemo or something like that. So it just costs a ridiculous amount of money. You lose your job, you lose your love life. Because of all of this is going to cause the pain, the stress, you stuck in there, all the physical therapy.
Is that guaranteed? Like, is that a side
If it's
effect
bad
of getting
enough.
3rd-degree
Guaranteed that
burns
you're
on
gonna
your
lose
asshole?
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
lose everything.
Well, you gotta think like
People stop loving
your
you.
your girlfriend or boyfriend is gonna have to come to the
Mom will
hospital
never look at you the same.
every day like you dumb son of a bitch.
You have a
you put a
shit.
firecracker in your asshole.
You have a
and lit it.
shit catheter up your asshole.
Like they get to
catching
go
your
home
shit.
and reflect on how stupid you are.
No,
like,
you can't go home because you lose your house.
Well, you
too,
don't get-
apparently, according to this doctor.
Well, I
fucking
mean, you
mortgage
can't
goes
work.
under.
You can't work. You can
When I-
only be on medical leave for, I guess, so long at that
Right.
particular time. But, I mean, all that money from your medical bills, including insurance, is going to cost a fuck ton of money. An arm and a leg. It's going to be so long. And then you have all that time of aftercare. They say that the pain can be a 6 to 11 on a scale of 10 when you're taking a shit. Just imagine that. You have to sleep on your stomach for 6
Cody survives
months.
that daily,
That's
bro.
what I'm already going through every time I shit, Patrick.
But
What do you mean?
You have to lay on your stomach at all times for 6 months straight. You can't turn whatsoever because you could rip
I
your
take a
brand
shit
new
that
asshole.
requires that I lay on my stomach for 20 minutes at a time, at least twice a day.
Well,
What
you
do you
have to
mean?
get-
Like ones where I'm like, oh God, please kill me, strike me down from this earth, Lord, that I don't believe in. Like shit like that. It's so bad. Like I'm not exaggerating for the comedy of the podcast, even for a second. It's horrible.
Would you ever light a
There's probably
firework?
cancer in there.
How much money would it take for you to light a firework off your ass?
I would just hope that it would sear the nerves so that I wouldn't feel the pain of another bleeding shit.
You probably have to get a
That
skin
would
graft
be
too.
that would be the best case scenario. Is actually if you're gonna get burnt, just get burnt enough that you never feel it.
just put a whole M80 in there and just hope for the best.
Just fucking detonate that asshole.
Just blow it the fuck up.
Good lord.
Dude, that was some fucked up shit though. I don't know. I don't think
I don't buy-
people should ever do that.
The prospect of having a shit catheter sounds
So-
super frightening.
Cancer was brought up twice during that conversation, so now I want to ask, what would you guys do if you found out you were diagnosed with incurable cancer?
Well, how long do I have to left to live?
Yeah.
You have 4 years.
Oh.
That's a long time. Am I going to be in horrible health at the end of that, or am I like going through chemo, or can I choose not to do chemo, live a normal life, and just die quietly in my sleep?
I don't think that's how cancer works. If you
Well, I
have
mean, you get
chemo.
pretty sick near the end, but you're probably going
Nobody's
to pass in your
battle with
sleep.
cancer ends that fun.
Yeah, it's never like, ugh, as I'm
Well,
sleeping.
I'm sure you've heard.
Ugh, it all turned out
Yeah, I'm
great.
sure you've heard throughout, like people who refuse to take treatment for that because they're
Right.
just like, you know what, I don't want to suffer. I don't want to
Yeah.
be sick all the time. I don't want to be radiated because you don't want to lose your hair. There are people that do that, and then they'll
Well,
go on
not
like a
just
bucket
that,
list kind
but
of
it
thing.
fucking
Right.
it's you're injecting poison, dude. It takes a toll. It hurts.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. Man,
don't
this
know.
took a dark turn.
So what would you do?
What would I do?
4 years left to live incurable cancer. You're gonna die.
I'm gonna sell all my stuff, and then I'm gonna travel, dude. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get the most out of life before my health deteriorates.
That's most of what I would do.
I'm pretty sure that's what almost everyone would do. Who's
What
gonna
would you
sit down
do,
and
Cody?
die?
What would you do, Cody?
Mine's just gonna go super dark. You want my real answer? Or should I do a comedy
I
answer?
do.
real
we
quick?
do
I
want
do.
the-
I'm the
I-
doctor. I'm coming in. Cody Hucker, I'm sorry to tell you, you have incurable cancer. You have about 4 years left to live.
Hey doc, do you know where to get morphine? I heard that's real fun. They're like, I'm gonna try heroin, and then I'm gonna bang, right in the head. I'm not gonna
like
sit there.
right after.
You have incurable stage 4 terminal cancer. All right, well, I'm gonna go be a new proud gun owner for 30 minutes.
You test all of
You know what? I'm not even mad at that answer. I can explain it too, because me, like, 4 years, like, you gotta potentially can blow that, like, just being human and be like, 4 years, I can fucking launch
a firework out of your ass.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if the doctor comes to you like, man, you got 6 weeks, then you can be like, oh man, I need to live like now. Like 4 years, like realistically, you can be like, man, well, you probably gonna go like a month or two before you even fucking tell anybody, and then you're gonna be all sad and shit and keeping shit like to yourself, and it's just gonna be this whole process, and then like life happens, and then it's gonna be like, oh shit, I got 6 months left, and then it's like, oop, too late.
Yeah, and then
now my hair's falling out.
So what would you do then?
I would probably, my answer, would probably be something like his. Like, I would, like,
take an obscene amount of drugs.
I would just, like, become the most eccentric fucking person I could. Like,
just do whatever you can.
Whatever the fuck crossed my mind. Be like, I'm doing it. Like, I'd be at the bus, like, damn, it's hot. No pants. Like, fuck it.
Right, yeah, fuck that.
There would be no more inhibitions in life.
I love
like,
that. That sounds so
And
awesome.
if I'm like, I might get too stressed, like, man, this day sucks. Fuck it. Blow my brains out. Like, I
guess that's true.
I mean, you just gotta. I'm on the extreme at that point, because I feel like if I put it on the back burner for a second, like I'm gonna just go back to being a fucking miserable.
Well, let me ask you this:
it was just
that's almost comedic in a way. Just like, dude, you're on my last nerve, dog.
like, bro.
And then you just go home.
You're like,
and you just
I
off
do got that
yourself,
fucking stage 3 brain tumor.
Right, like fucking Andrew down at the store, just fucking
like
riding my ass
right,
about
like
how
your
I
boy is
parked
just
crooked.
like pissing you off all day, like.
wait, I could kill myself and
You know
make
what?
sure the brain splatter
Right.
hits him right in the face, like funfetti. He'll think it's a gag, and then he'll have to just see me dead.
Yeah.
And I'll shit my pants because the bowels released right at the time of
Oh,
death. It'll be horribly traumatizing for him. That's what he gets for being an asshole.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'll go to
He ain't
bed with
gonna
a
drink.
smile on my face.
Be the last time
Can't
you
wait
drink
for work
somebody's
tomorrow.
last beer.
Well, guess what? Bang.
What would you do, Alex?
I mean, probably about the same thing. I'd do a bunch of drugs, like, and
Definitely a lot of
probably
drugs
until I
because-
died.
What's fentanyl like?
Exactly. It's like all that shit that I would never try because I know it fucks you up.
Yeah.
I would go ahead and do it.
Exactly.
That's actually a good idea, fentanyl. Or actually, if you do it properly, because I had listened to or crocodile. Because
No,
I had
thanks.
listened to that. What was it? That Hamilton Morris.
Yeah. I heard him talking
Yeah,
about it. He said that none of it actually has to do with the crocodile itself being that harmful. It has
It's
to
just
do
not
with
distilled
people
properly.
using shitty precursor
With
chemicals and
phosphorus
calling
involved.
it crocodile, and it's actually it's the phosphorus.
Are you saying you want to try crocodile?
Without the phosphorus being polluted in
If
it,
I've
I would
got
give it a shot. Why not? If I've
got
got
a
4
tumor-
years left to live, yeah. I'm
If I got
die.
a tumor, if I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
die.
shoot some crocodile in
see,
it and see if it fixes
My
it.
answer, coincidentally, was a combination of everyone's answers. It was you're traveling and then do drugs and kill myself.
Right,
It was I was gonna spend all the money I had traveling and doing whatever, and then once I was low on money, I'd buy my fucking drugs and then off it.
Pat
I feel
was
like
the-
I would keep like a disclaimer in my pocket also, like to maybe like, if you find me on like some wild shit, like I
Contact
overdosed
this
on
person.
fentanyl, I got like fucking like, nacho cheese covered all over myself and shit. Like I might keep some in my pocket. Like, look, I had cancer. I was going through some shit. Like I was doing whatever.
I
the
was in
fuck.
a dark
Just
time
so
of my
like
life.
for your friends and family are like, damn, Kev, like bro,
I can explain the nachos.
They found you with a fucking like sausage in your asshole covered in nacho cheese at a fucking trap house. Like, what were you doing?
I was having a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, he had-
living out that fantasy I've always wanted to try.
I was like, oh, he had cancer. He left a note.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was trying to make jambalaya in his asshole. It was a dream of his. The shrimp broth got him.
So many ingredients.
The rice expanded and just took him out.
Good
It
Lord.
doubles in size. Be advised.
So
Patrick,
Yeah.
what you got another video lined up?
no, but I had a really stupid question I wanted to ask.
Perfect.
So Kevin and Alex, what just happened?
Did Alex just drop the ball?
Oh no, it's cool.
It was
So
an unopened beer.
So Kevin and Alex, would you ever eat, and be honest, would you ever eat peanut butter and jelly soup?
That sounds fucking terrible.
It tastes just like peanut butter and jelly. It's just soup form.
But it's soup?
Yeah.
I mean,
Nah.
why not?
You eat the whole thing? You have to eat the whole thing or not at all.
If it tastes just like peanut butter and jelly, I'm gonna bash that shit.
It's a nasty, thick soup.
Sounds pretty fucking gross.
I feel like that's not a soup then if it's so very thick.
It's just peanut butter and jelly in a bowl. Do you add chicken broth to it, Patrick?
How are we gonna make this? How are we gonna make
what makes it soup?
Yeah,
that sounds. So
I need
Yeah.
more.
You just
More
like take
ingredients.
water.
I need to know,
Elements.
like, if I'm I'm at a restaurant and it's like I'm looking down
The
list,
special
peanut
of the
butter
day-
and jelly soup, special of the day, peanut butter jelly
Soup.
soup. Like, I'm not gonna order that shit.
It's the special.
It's this. I don't care. Like,
You have cancer.
well, I'm still not like I've had peanut butter
Is
and
this
jelly.
man to man now? Are you up in the
have no
stakes
idea.
to now having cancer?
Are we gonna throw that in? Like,
Okay,
I mean-
man to man. It all starts with us having cancer. Now we'll work from there.
Yeah. Alex?
mean,
What if like, let's say I said, hey, Alex, I want to invite you over to make you dinner. You would come by, right? Like, hey, man, can I make you dinner? Nothing
yeah.
weird. I just, like, a friendly, can I make you dinner?
Yeah, of course.
All right. And then I
come
make
by.
peanut butter and jelly soup.
Did you be polite enough to
And
finish it?
then I give it to you, and I'm like, do you like it?
I would be so salty if you made me peanut butter.
I'd be mad. Like, bro, why couldn't you just put some
What
fucking
the
bread
fuck?
on this shit? Like,
There's
why-
bread
like,
in it.
Like,
There's
dude,
bread.
we could have gone to Wendy's.
No,
I
you
just
don't-
imagine you sitting there holding the spoon and like fucking like letting it fall. Like, Pat, what the fuck is this? It's like a coagulated jelly. It's a chunky peanut butter because Pat's a maniac.
It's
And
literally...
you're like, what the fuck is this? And he's
Oh
like,
my
peanut butter
God.
and jelly soup, dude. You don't like it? And he's like
I-
slurping
I
it down.
boiled peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I served it. What?
This is how I, this
with a
is how
little
I
salt.
that just changes the whole everything.
If Pat didn't live with Rachel, that is how Pat would cook. If he never went out, he'd be like, I'm going to make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, starts boiling water. Like, Pat, why do you have boiling water for peanut butter and jelly?
I don't know. I thought that's how
I
you
like
did
to
it.
start with a peanut butter soup base, and then I put it in a broiler with a...
I've been watching a lot of Chopped, so I just kind of want. I just feel a little experimental.
I've got a whole clove of garlic and a
Yeah.
little bit of my pinky nail in there.
Can you imagine fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in a fucking crock pot?
and boiling like temperature.
Boiling that shit. Good lord.
my
We gotta
God.
make that for the if we
Photoshop
ever have a
so
live
we
event.
try it
yeah.
I
out.
can
yeah.
see like every basic bitch ever like putting that on their Pinterest. Like, oh my god, crockpot.
Show me your peanut butter and jelly sandwich recipes.
Crockpot recipes.
It's like fondue peanut butter and jelly
God.
sandwiches. We can dip strawberries in it.
Oh my god.
All right. So my boss sent me another great question. Let's see, who do we direct this at? Alex. Let's go with Alex. Okay, Alex. Would you rather make out with a first cousin or fuck a Cincinnati bum? And I mean like the most heroined out Cincinnati bum. I mean like the dude that can't even ask you for money. He's like, you got $1. And then he just like falls and hits his head. There's blood. He gets back up, pukes all over himself from a fucking brain injury. $1. You got $1. That guy. He's got puke in his beard. I mean, one eye's
got
looking
a-
to the left, one
he's
eye's
got, like-
kind of looking at you.
You got a dick.
I
him
really
down.
hope that first cousin isn't an active watcher and listener of
His dick's in his
The
hand. He's
bastard
beating
sermon.
off. You see warts all over it. Would you rather do all that or kiss your first cousin?
All I got to do is kiss my first cousin.
No, you
No,
gotta,
you gotta
gotta
hardcore
like,
make out,
making out with
grab
her.
some ass.
tongue fuck him.
I would
or her.
definitely be making out with my first cousin.
Which cousin?
Well, hey, I didn't know this was Tinder. We could set this up right now.
I don't know.
Alex
I feel
is
like
not
y'all
gonna
could
say.
collectively bury that forever somehow, or it's like you fuck a bum, like you just need to go to therapy right from there. Ugh.
Actually, I think I only have one first cousin.
Oh well, so that's the if that person's
you're out
listening,
there
that's
listening,
who, yeah,
yeah.
he wants to.
You're
tongue
probably
fuck-
not. Hopefully not.
tongue fuck you.
I volunteer as tribute.
Well, now I'm going to search Alex's whole friend list with last name, trying to tag everybody with Alex's last name in the fucking video.
So, what's the worst job you've ever had, you guys? Worst job you've ever had,
The call center at
man.
the
I've
bank.
had so many shitty fucking jobs, dude.
and I would love to hear a horror story. I want to hear the worst.
Once while working at the Rivertown Brewery, I came into work into the kitchen right away, like I normally do, and I went to the smoker to make sure everything was cooked right, for the 9 hours it was in there. And then I went to go throw away some shit that I found on the counter.
What was
in the
that?
trash.
Actual shit?
No, it's just some paper that someone left. Someone must have been in there before I was. And there's a fucking possum in the garbage can.
What?
Swear on
Live?
everything. A live possum. This possum was big as shit. just looking at me. It hissed. I just dropped the paper. I just walked away, and the first person I found, I forget who it was. It might have been Jordan, Como, and I was like, dude, there's a possum in this garbage can right now. And he said, what? I said, there's a possum in this garbage can right now. So I showed him it. He didn't believe me. So I went to the main office. I got Jason and his wife, the owners of the brewery, to come check it out. They took the garbage can, and then the brewers took care of it.
What the hell did they do? They brew it?
Well, eventually
they
butchered it and smoked it and fed it to the customers.
Naturally.
No, we didn't. We didn't serve them. Yeah, we did. We didn't serve it, but Saporn, who was a guest on the show recently, was very upset with what they had done.
All right.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So wait, they ended up raising the possum?
No.
Oh, they ended up murdering the possum?
Yeah, they drowned it.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it was fucked.
There's a lot easier ways to kill a fucking possum.
There's
like,
infinitely
They didn't
more
just drown
humane
him,
ways.
though. They put him in the toilet, and as they took his last little possum breath, they took his head out, caught his possum breath, and then they put him back in the toilet.
What they should have done is just
right
let
as the
him
last
go.
bubble was about to come up.
Like, damn.
Let
They
him
could
catch
have
his
just like
possum breath.
They should have just let him go.
Yeah, they really should let them go, because I just recently learned that possums, their biggest bit of their diet is ticks.
Ticks, yeah.
And ticks are on the rise lately, and any one of us can get those on us. Like,
Especially the
you
meat
never know.
allergy ticks. Those are coming up.
There's
The
like
Lone
two different kinds of
Lone
really.
Star. The Lone Star. But I thought
Is
they
that
were,
what it is?
Yeah, but I thought they were.
What is that?
In
Did our audio just cut out?
It's good.
I thought it was
we're back.
more in Texas than it was in our area.
It is,
No, it's
but they
heavily
just
in
found
our
some in our area. Quit playing with that.
No bueno, dude. Friggin' airplanes. That's who I blame.
There's a couple people that just got diagnosed with it around the Butler County area, I think. I might be making all that up.
So explain all this to people who don't know. What is this? What are you talking
The
about?
Lone Star tick is a tick that bites you and causes some version of what I assume is Lyme disease that makes you allergic to meat. If you eat it, I've got the
Permanently?
hiccups.
Yeah, forever.
I think forever. Like
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
like
eat meat
permanent.
anymore. You got to be a vegetarian. Like
Dude,
it just
that's-
fucks you up.
Wow.
Lyme disease and diseases like that scare the shit out of me.
It would decimate my entire life. Like I would actually commit. Like think
It's like
about committing
lighting a firework
suicide.
out of your asshole.
No, we talked about this before the show.
Getting some water.
If anybody listening was on the Instagram live, we talked about this. I eat primarily meat. I eat a lot of red meat. I eat a lot of chicken. I eat fruit, and I eat some vegetables. You know, I don't drink a whole lot of pop. I drink mostly water and some Kool-Aid. But
Oh yeah.
like if I got that fucking meat allergy, Lyme disease from the Lone Star tick, I could not just suddenly
kill yourself?
I would definitely consider it. Without question.
It would be on the table. Probably.
100%. I couldn't just go like, oh, like salads are my world now. You know, like I've never eaten a salad in my life. Like I wouldn't just like liken up to them all of a sudden. I wouldn't just be about it. I would hate it.
Because if you're allergic to meat, you can't eat any sort of
No.
like chicken,
No.
steak.
No.
That would fucking suck, dude.
Yeah, it's like
Fuck vegetables. I mean, I eat them, but fuck them.
Yeah, man.
I mean, if that's it, like you just shape my vegetables into like a pork chop. So at least I feel like I don't know. That
Well,
would be,
have you ever had like
Take
vegan food? I know it
Yeah,
sounds
I
weird.
mean, some of it's alright, but when they start fucking with soy patties and shit, I'm just like, all right, y'all need to stop.
It just sounds
It's-
disgusting.
It's a lie. They
Stop
lie
playing.
to you. They lie to you. They say it with such confidence, like it's a better substitute. It tastes the same. It tastes just
Bullshit.
as good. And
Right.
it's absolute horseshit. It tastes like dry, mashed up, pressed cardboard mixed with bugs and vegetables.
You know what,
And
though?
I fucking hate it.
I just had shout out Chameleon, the bar in Northside. They
They
have
got
some
good ass
fucking
food.
Yeah.
banging vegetarian pizza.
Yeah, I was a little hesitant because I mean I've had some vegan shit like, man, this is not bad. Like, but then like that's all I'm saying. Like, just stop trying to do meat. The meat substitute shit is where I draw the line.
They don't even
Absolutely.
they don't try to meat substitute it up. It's like a good ass slice of pizza with some fucking, it's got spinach leaves and corn sauce on it and like fucking red onions. And I tried the pepperoni side by side with it. I'm a carnivore, and I tried that, and I was like, God damn, this is a good vegetarian pizza.
But
it's mostly pizza. Go ahead.
My thing is though, like you could have the world's greatest vegetarian chef make you the most delicious vegetarian meal, or at least their imagination of, You know?
Or the greasy Phil Collins whips you up
Yeah,
a
you
burger.
could have the most piece of shit red meat, greasy, unhealthy burger on just a bun by itself, maybe with ketchup or a slice of cheese.
Old ass ketchup
and it
packet
would
you found on your
fucking
dashboard.
Murder it.
Yeah, it would ruin it. It would ruin that vegetarian burger and meal 10 times out of 10.
I don't know if that's that true, but I feel
It
you.
100%
The best vegetarian chef in the entire fucking world. Luke.
Yes.
Better than a greasy ass hamburger. I
Yes.
feel like I got to give him a little bit more credit than that.
Nope, because his career, his
Full
food base
confidence.
is a goddamn sham.
I guess my problem with like this vegan food is that it looks like shit, and then you eat it and you're like, that's actually not that bad.
Yeah, they're like, here's a lovely tree bark sandwich that we have. A little bit of lemon.
Fuck you!
A fucking tree bark sandwich.
Oh my God.
No, it's great for your digestive system. It really cleanses you. Like, I don't want to hear the word cleanse anytime when I'm eating. Like,
I do want to get back into the job
may
thing.
cause a heart attack, fucking clogs your arteries. Go ahead.
I want to get back into the job thing, but that made me want to get this to a whole other direction. Now, cardboard, like not cardboard, but like chocolate bark. Who the fuck is ordering that? And who else is ordering the circus pink peach peanuts? You know what I'm talking about?
Peanuts?
The circus peanuts.
Like the old the candy circus.
They're hard
peanuts?
as fuck and they're nasty, hard gel. I don't
It's
know.
just like chalk and like sugar.
It tastes like chalk.
Yeah, like it's like literally like chalk. I think they put in it. It
You know
has
what's
to be
infinitely worse though. Peeps. Peeps are so
I
much
fucking hate
fucking
Peeps.
worse.
Peeps are such shit candy.
I mean, I don't hate Peeps.
I was gonna fucking say that.
So let's delve into that a little.
I
What do you guys have against
You're the
Peeps,
one guy
bro?
on the
And
table.
I don't
thing.
love Peeps, but I mean,
They are so
all
fucking
right.
nasty.
Would you ever have a pizza?
No.
A
I would
pizza
not.
is a pizza, but instead of pepperoni slices, it's got melted Peeps.
I figured that out. No, I would not eat that.
What if I made it for you with it? Like, okay, so you get to my place. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm making you dinner, and the appetizer is this delicious peanut butter and jelly soup, and then like, all right, don't worry, the main course could be really good, Alex. Trust me. And I give you a pizza. I tell you, not
I'd be
to eat
so
before you
fucking
come
pissed
by.
at you.
I'd fucking never hang out with you
Yeah.
ever again.
He's
Pat.
just
Would you
as
eat-
mad as when you
why
made
the
peanut
fuck are you
butter and
making-
jelly.
Well, I don't know.
soup.
Like you could like pick the Peeps off the top because I mean
That's-
like
that-
There's
That's
still gonna be
actually-
marshmallow.
you
on
fuck
it.
with Peeps, so it's like it could. It
But
won't
there's
be that
still
bad.
marshmallow remnants on pizza.
That's gotta be
You don't gotta
fucking
disgusting.
horrible.
Ugh.
And they're gonna melt in the oven too.
Exactly.
It's
You're
gonna
not
be
you're
like-
not gonna be able to get all that marshmallow off.
It's gonna be like a
grab
pizza,
the peep.
like a,
Pizza.
a Peeps marshmallow, like layer of fucking marshmallow over the top where the cheese just glistening, looking all shitty. And what if it was the chocolate Peeps?
On pizza?
Change the subject.
I bet horrible.
You just ruined it.
People who like pineapple
You
on
guys
their
act like I
pizza
put my
are
dick
saying
on the
that
pizza.
sounds like a good idea.
Not that bad, you guys. But it's still edible. Fuck.
What'd you say, Luke?
I said people who think pineapple on pizza is a good idea probably think that chocolate Peeps on pizza.
You know,
is a
I don't
good
have the
idea.
That's
problem.
extreme.
I don't
That's
have
a
I don't have a
little-
problem with pineapple on pizza because I like them
Fucking
both.
gross, Pat.
But let me finish.
I will eat
hate
some pineapple on pizza.
I hate the texture of it.
I-
That's what throws me off.
that's mainly why it's disgusting.
Yeah, I hate that. You like that, Alex?
Fuck yeah, I'll eat
Barf.
some pineapple on
Have
pizza.
barf all over
The
you.
pineapple
barf.
It's not terrible. It's not the fucking worst thing I've ever eaten. I mean, I like ate a cicada as a kid.
I mean,
it's way
if I-
better than
I
that.
mean,
I did too on
You had a
pizza.
cicada pizza.
I didn't
Yeah.
eat it on pizza. I just ate a cicada. Some kid gave me his lunch money to eat a cicada. But
Oh,
I'm just
so
saying,
you're
I would
weird.
much rather eat fucking pineapple pizza than a cicada. There's way worse things to eat, is what I'm saying.
What's
Like,
the
I'm not
worst thing you could
freaking
possibly
out.
imagine eating besides peanut butter and jelly soup?
My asshole after a shit.
You are so disgusting. Dude, so I fucking have a special hate for Peeps. And sorry, Mom, but it traces back to you.
Dun,
Dude, so, like,
Did your mom molest you with a peep or something? What happened? Luke?
okay,
What
so,
about
like,
that?
hurt you, dog? Who hurt you?
if anyone knows you better than you in this world, it's your mom, right?
I guess.
Of course.
Sure.
Probably.
Possibly.
But she every fucking Easter, she'd get the basket, right? Super nice, generous, don't have to do
She
that.
goes to the store.
Love you for it. Peeps, Every goddamn year. Every goddamn year I make it a point that I fucking hate Peeps. I don't like them. Don't get them next year. Just give me more Reese eggs.
Mom, I fucking hate Peeps.
I fucking goddamn it, Mom. No, it's just I don't eat them. I give them
Does she
right
still?
to her every year to just be polite, like, you can have these, and she just does it every. It's like she wants me. Like, I just want more Peeps. So
They don't ever give you like one peep either. You got to get like the.
You
full,
can get it's a
fucking
you
case
just, like,
of like
lay them
6 of
on
them.
you. Like,
It's like a
damn.
12-pack.
Like, I can get one Reese egg. Why can't you give me one peep?
Dude,
I
even
would
if I
die.
did like Peeps, like how you can eat a whole fucking carton of
Right,
that's a whole fucking
not a-
campfire's worth of
That's
marshmallows
not a healthy
here, you
portion
fucks.
for nobody.
It's like a whole week's worth of sugar.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
I've gotten so spiteful with it though. At the point, I just started buying my own Easter candy. Just day of and after, I'd go to like CVS or Walgreens and buy like half off Reese eggs and just eat till I vomit in the street.
To get back at your mom?
No,
It's the
just
most
because
passive
it's
aggressive
delicious.
thing I've ever heard, Luke.
Just
mean-
because it's delicious.
I have a funny story about Easter. So, one time, my little brother, he is 12 years younger than me. So, he is a lot younger, obviously,
Is he a
maturity-wise.
listener?
He might be a listener. I hope to God he's not.
He's listening.
So he's 15. I would hope not. But one time when we were young, when he was like 3 or 4, he was really into Easter eggs. You just remember when you hunted that shit like crazy? Like it was like a fucking, we're going to fucking hunt this
conquest.
the
motherfucking
one
bunny.
benefit of
get
going to
All
church.
these I'm going to collect all these fucking eggs. My fucking eggs.
You be pushing
So-
your friend out the way.
We
Get
just
off.
lost
Oh
our
my God.
headphones.
You got it now? Can you hear me?
Nope.
All right, hold on.
I
one
still
second.
hear myself.
Yes.
I can't hear
No,
myself.
I don't.
Can you guys
Yep,
hear
they did it.
I'll play with you. Keep telling your story.
So, basically, my little brother, like, we went Easter egg hunting in our uncle's backyard, and they had a couple boxer pits or mixes, you know, and they had big shits. The reason I say that is because after the Easter egg hunt, my mom, she got the Easter basket out, and she was, like, getting everything. It's like, oh, a chocolate got out and melted, and she's getting it out, and she accidentally, like, wipes her face, and there's a line of shit on her face. And then we all started smelling it because it was rotten and fresh.
Ooh.
And she was like,
I'm gonna
oh my fuck! And she ran in the other room, and God forbid she vomited.
I'm gonna
But
barf.
Oh, that's
it was
unfortunate.
horrible, dude. Can you
She
imagine?
had shit on her face.
I would have
Yeah,
laughed at
it's-
my
it-
mom so hard, I would have pissed myself.
It was barely. I don't even know if he remembers that.
We have a
My
running
brother.
joke in my family where we do an Easter egg hunt and we bring all the kids outside and like I don't know if we did it last year, but the year before we definitely did. We're like they adults get together. They put a whole turd in one of the eggs.
Shut
like
the
an
fuck up,
animal
seriously?
turd, like a dog turd.
I thought you
White
meant
dog
that-
shit?
I thought you meant
no.
like 5 grown men stood around an Easter egg.
No,
and just
no.
like, all right, pinch it off, boys. Get it in
A
there.
little bit of all of us.
No, but like we have this like big Easter egg hunt at my brother's house every fucking year. Like all the kids are there, they're running around, and every year we try to like razz the kids or do some kind of like prank egg. The year before last, it was a fucking like whole dog turd in one of the eggs, and like the littlest, sweetest, like most innocent child like found the doo-doo egg and opened it up like, oh, it's poop, and like didn't know any better, like reached in and tried to like eat it. It was then we stopped. I think that's why we don't do it no more.
I like-
Because some kid almost gave himself fucking like a parasite for the rest of his life.
like the Lyme disease.
I like the term doo-doo egg.
There was a doo-doo egg. And
I like that. I like that a lot.
Could you imagine if we shat out our shits in egg forms?
Dude,
just-
that would be really weird. Like what if it was like rabbit shit or something, like little pellets or something, and I don't know. It's really weird. Apparently they shit like that because it's just because of their fiber diet, and that's why they have specific turds like that. I think the best
that can help.
type of turds are the ones you don't have to wipe your ass for.
Yeah, the ones just.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Those give me anxiety because I feel like they kind
Did I get
of
it?
you take a shit and you're like, oh man, hold up, like
Hold up.
You
You have
got
to double take your tissue
It's
paper?
not it's not like you're gonna be like, sweet, no shit. You throw it away and go like, nah, I'm gonna do a preliminary wipe anyway, just because I don't trust that.
Real question to you two, though. Do you guys look at the shit on your toilet paper before you put it down in the toilet?
Of course,
Like
Yeah.
you wipe
Yeah.
and look?
Absolutely.
Who doesn't do that, Patrick?
You
If
gotta
don't-
make
if you
sure
say
that
no,
you got all the
you
shit.
Are
You are a
fucking
liar.
You are trash.
Yeah, dude, you
Take
look
that
at
shit
it,
somewhere else.
you taste it, just okay, just that.
That's definitely
then you
shit.
Fold
That's definitely
it,
shit.
you fold it again, you turn it into a crane, then you turn it into a pig, then a duck, wipe your ass again, then you throw it in the toilet and throw it away. Yeah,
You
right.
brought origami.
Of course,
to
he
That's
it.
doesn't
origami.
do that.
Everybody.
How much toilet paper do you guys use to wipe your ass?
I-
An absurd amount or like 2 squares?
I've actually been trying to be honest with myself.
Let's be
recently,
honest.
and I've admittedly I feel like I use too much.
Like you mummify your hand kind of thing?
I do at least wrap it once. Yeah.
Right.
I go
Damn.
40 squares deep per wipe.
It's like wiping a marker.
The fucking toilet is getting clogged not because of the shit, but because of the fucking amounts of toilet paper.
I like to think of it as a good mixture of both, but
Do
yes.
you guys have any good shit horror stories that you could think of on top of your head?
Every shit that I take.
Because I've said this before. I'm the odd man out in this. I take quick shits. I take quick pisses. I am in. I am out. I
hear you.
rarely have issues.
You just want to get it over with.
It's
You don't
not
want to
that
enjoy the pleasure.
It's not that I want
Of
to.
the
It's
shit.
just like I'm done already. Why am I gonna sit here even longer?
Makes sense. What about you guys, though? Anything comes off the top of your head? I know you got something. Alex, have you ever had a rotten shit?
I mean, yeah.
Like, what was the...
The
What was the
rottenest
most
shit
nearest
I've ever
one?
had? The most nearest one?
I don't know. That doesn't make
Shit,
sense.
I don't know. I have rotten shits all the time. Maybe not all the time. Sometimes.
Aren't most shits rotten? Aren't they
Right?
all just
Yeah, I mean,
terrible?
it's
Man,
shit.
Sometimes
supposed
you
to
have
be
that
rotten.
good morning like BM where it's just like coils up and just like.
Have you had a
Yeah, but
pure
are you just in the
fresh
bathroom
shit?
lingering, waiting for the smell? Like, oh, yes.
Basking.
Nothing better than my own fun.
I have a shit horror story that happened very recently.
I'd love to hear it.
So I'm a landscaper. I work outside, and I got to use portalets a lot. And
How hot is it outside?
dude? It's torture. It's like I don't know if someone would like spit on my face at the right moment, I would not even be mad at him. Like, and that like
Ooh, that felt nice. Do it
I'll
again.
just, tell me I'm scum. Like what? What's that got to do with cooling off? So I had to we ate Taco Bell for lunch, and like
Oh, no.
shit. You know, I'm like
done fucked up.
I went in hard. It was like, you know, the quesarito, nachos, fucking like everything that makes you
Extra.
shit your pants at Taco Bell. And I don't know why I did it. It's like 98 degrees outside. Like my stomach's rumbling. Like, oh, I keep holding it off. You know, like till it gets to the point like, okay, I have to go. Like, I left myself no time. Like, so I'm like beelining to the bathroom. Like, I'm literally like running. I'm that asshole, like trying to like hold my ass cheeks together as I'm going. I rip the door open. I get in there, and the fucking portalet is there's like shit on the seat. There's
What?
like shit in the little urinal part. There's just like toilet paper with shit on it everywhere. And I'm like,
Shit
well,
mountain?
I still got a shit. That changes nothing.
So you raptored it?
So I had to like, you know, make a decision like then and there. Like I'm either gonna like shit on all this other shit, or I'm gonna try and clean it up and then shit on myself. Guess which one I did, fellas.
I'm guessing you shit on yourself.
Good answer.
Bingo.
Nah, I just hovered and made it work. But I feel like I kind of that it was in not any better
Did
shape.
you have to like fling your asshole backwards as you're shitting so that you don't have to be like close to it, so that you can swing
Well-
like as you get the turd out and then like swing your asshole and it like
Right, you gotta
wedge
gauge
swings
you gotta
over.
gauge the pressure, like how bad, like, you know, if you got like a sinker, it's like you gotta like hover over a little, you know, over
Yeah.
the hole. But if it's like you got good pressure, you kind
of have to use the farts to push out the poo.
push it out. Right?
Of course.
No, yeah, it was a gusher too. Like I was like on the door.
Gusher, you say.
I mean, yeah, the portalet was in not better shape.
Why do you
afterwards.
think we do that to ourselves? Like, oh, I
Right.
gotta have this fucking Taco Bell. It's gonna be so good for 10, 15 minutes at most, knowing it's gonna fuck you up later.
Right, you know.
Why do
it's
you
bad.
do that? Why do we do that to ourselves?
Jägermeister.
Jägermeister fucks up your bowels?
No, I do. I eat horrible because I'm
Yeah.
a drunk.
Yeah.
I do it because I find it delicious, and I still don't have terrible poops.
But it's worth it every time. Like, do you
What?
think about it when you're having this horrible shit explosion?
I told you, I like even
totally worth it.
I could eat utter garbage and drink poorly, and my poops still won't be really that bad, and it
'cause all
won't
he
take
eats
me
is
very
meat.
long.
You've never had a bad poop?
Not really. It's very rare. Usually, if I do, it's because I'm sick.
Very, very sick.
Yeah.
It might be that all meat diet.
Hey,
Well, it's
okay.
not entirely all meat.
I mean, that'll be.
But it's a
something.
lot of meat.
I have terrible poops all the time, and I want to get on the level. I need you to we need to trade notes or send me some recipe.
I'll write down my diet for you.
Terrible shits is part of my daily routine.
That's same, dude. That's every fucking day that I wake up. I'm like, this is gonna be horrible. I just wake up sweating from the shit that's already brewing. Oh no! It's 4:45 a.m. I've only been asleep for 2 hours. Yeah. Oh no! I gotta go to the hospital or we got our headphones back. Everybody good?
We good.
Go on.
How do you keep doing that, Pat?
It's because the cord's not long enough.
Easy, buddy. It's all right.
It's like when you went to bed. The city was calm in your belly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when you woke
and then you wake up and Joker's taking over and he kicked down the door to Arkham Asylum. There's fucking Killer Croc out there in my bowels wreaking havoc and shit.
Yep.
Killer Croc, what the fuck?
And you taking a dump, you're fighting crime basically. Mm-hmm. You're basically fighting crime by taking a shit.
So Alex, just to bring it full circle to the original question, what was your worst job?
Oh yeah.
My worst job is probably the bank.
Yeah?
I fucking hate it.
Agreed. That job sucked.
It was awful.
So,
man, I don't know, but the other bank I worked at was shittier. I'm not even going to say the name, but it fucking sucked. Even worse.
Why did it suck?
Because,
call center jobs just fucking suck.
It's a fucking call center. And I was doing billing disputes, so every person is shitty to you.
I was at the gym earlier, and I got a phone call. I guess early since I work in IT now, people will call me at my work all the time to try to report something, and it's all these numbers I don't know. But I always get collect calls, from fucking scammers and shit, or bill collectors, or whatever the fuck it is. So I accidentally saved someone's phone number on there. It was a scammer's phone number that called me as someone I knew. So I answered it when I was at the gym, and I was like, hello? They're like, yeah, did you used to live at this address? And I'm like, no, or I didn't know what to say. And then they were like, well, we're trying to discuss a personal business matter. I'm like, yeah, okay, let me call you right back. I hung up on them, and then I blocked the number. So I think that's pretty funny.
Have you ever gotten those ridiculous phone calls where they just go, you got to pay $275 to this email
to the
account,
IRS or whatever,
or the local authorities will be at your door.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how cops
72 hours.
They do that?
Oh, okay, true. Absolutely not. They don't do that.
No, I'm just saying. I've never gotten that phone call.
I get this.
An
important thing is going on with your taxes right now. You need to. Yeah. This is the IRS.
Or else jail time.
H&R Block would not dick me, 15 minutes. I know they were done correctly.
I know I'm sending an email, but the cops are on their way. Pay me now. But anyways, so the bank. I remember when we worked there, they would always mispronounce our fucking names. I'd be like, thanks for calling, blah, blah, blah. My name is Patrick. Oh, hi, Tosh.
Mine was always thank you for calling U.S. Bank. My name is Cody. How can I assist you today? Oh, hey, Curdy, how's it going? Every fucking time it'd be like, hey, Curdy, how's it going? I know I'm not fucking my name up that bad every time that I get on this phone. How are you guys? And they get these big steel balls while they're on the phone. You're going to refund my money. I had money in the bank. I had $30, and I spent $40. And now y'all won't let me take any money out. And I was like, well, sir, that's negative $10. But I got overdraft coverage. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck you think overdraft coverage is, but we're not just going to let you steal money from us. I don't know how you think this works. Yeah. And now it says I owe $36. I was like, that's overdraft coverage. Fuck you, that's overdraft. I was like, all right, sir, well, I'm going to have to... And then I put them on hold for 10 minutes, go take a shit, and fucking... I don't know, be on Facebook in the bathroom, go back, talk to a manager, get some coffee, come back to the... oh, no, he disconnected. Too bad.
I got to say, when you work at a call center, you work with some really interesting people. Really interesting people. Not only are you talking to interesting people, but there's just really interesting people in general. I remember there was this guy that sat right next to me, and we all worked at the same place. But basically, he would eat chicken bones raw. He would just, not raw. That's probably not the best way to put it. But he would eat the chicken and chicken wings, and he would suck out of the bone marrow and all that shit out of it.
Wow.
And then when he's getting cursed out by a fucking customer, he'd put him on speakerphone while he's eating these fucking chicken fingers. And we all have to fucking hear it while we're doing our job.
Didn't we work with somebody that used to put people on hold but wouldn't actually put them on hold? He'd play some goofy pop punk music on his fucking phone and play it into the speaker.
Are you ready
to? Music. Yeah, exactly.
He would do this thing where he would people would call in, but he wouldn't be on the phone. He would just leave it on mute, and then he'd go take a fucking nap in the other room, dude. He'd take a fucking nap in the other room, and then people would be like, "Hello, hello," and then he'd just hang up.
Hold on, you guys are talking mad shit about call centers. This place sounds dope as fuck.
No, you guys,
you guys can just take. Hold on,
no.
I still need to hear a worse.
You say that, but you guys are saying oh yeah, I got this dickhead, so I put him on pause, and then I took a 30-minute nap. Oh, by the way, I'm on the clock, so I'm getting paid.
He got fired.
You have to be there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't get fired.
No, not you. We're talking about the guy that I was.
So he was talking about you.
No, I would put people on hold, go take a dump, and
I don't care. But I'm talking about the guy who would take a nap. Did you go and take a nap in the other room?
Oh no, I didn't fucking do that. No, but we were supposed to have team meetings every once in a while. I had a super cool manager at the end of it. He ended up getting fired or whatever, I guess, for not
really good dude.
Really doing it. He was great, and he would fucking pull me over, and he was like, "We could listen to calls, but let's be honest, Cody, you're not selling anything. You don't care. Let's just tell fucking crazy stories." And he was like, I remember when I was on the phones. He was like, we would make up random words and try to interject it into the call, and the fucking every once in a while your managers will listen to you while you're on the phone. So their word of the day was whamboozled. So they had to figure out a way to ma'am, I'm so sorry. It really seems like you got whamboozled on this one. I mean, it's just this event to me. I mean, I'm trying to check my systems right now. The system, I mean, it's a whamboozler for sure. And then after the third whamboozled, his boss was like, Todd, fucking doing the cut it off shit. And he pulls him over and he was like, "Did you just say whamboozled on my fucking phones 3 times in a row?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it must have been." And he was like, "Quit fucking around at work." And then it was Super Troopers level of fucking just breaking people's balls. And then he tells me another story. The whole time I'm supposed to be at work, listening to calls and proving how I sell credit cards. He's telling me about how he used to know the dude that sold Insight. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
So
what is that?
The boner pill. Whistling
Happy
Bob.
Bob.
Happy Bob.
He's happy because he's got a big
that.
dick.
And then he's got a fat old dick in his pants, and his wife's all smiling and happy.
I just
And
He's cleaning the house.
He's mowing the
all
house with
perfect or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he's mowing the fucking front lawn with a fat old hog in his little shorts or whatever. While
he would
whistling.
always wave like this.
That
He'd
commercial
fucking wave,
is fucking terrifying.
So that dude that started that is from Cincinnati. I'm going to say allegedly in front of all this. This was my manager's story that he told me. Maybe it's fictitious, maybe it's not. But he fucking apparently was smoking crack the entire time that he was trying to do Insight, and he was doing shady shit, allegedly. I think he got sued for this, but the whole story that
Your
dude's
boss
telling
did?
me. No, my boss was working for this dude at the time. He knew the dude and he loaned him some money to start a business or something. Point is though, the fucking founder of Insight's smoking crack, starting up a fucking a side apartment so that he can get his side woman in there, and he would just fuck hookers and smoke crack in there, and then he ends up getting busted for shady business practices, because in order to cancel your Insight, you would have to go to the doctor and have the doctor write you out a note that said that the Insight did not work to make your dick any bigger.
What?
And the only way that they could do that is that if they could measure you first, and then over the course of months, and you agreed to this by signing up to the Insight. So they would just motherfuck people completely.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
And I was super enthralled in this story, and then the little timer goes off ding, okay, back to the calls. And I'm like, how the fuck you just told me smoking crack and hookers and fucking this dude's shady business practices. Now I gotta get back on the phone and go talk to people.
So, hold the fuck on.
Right.
So Insight is not only scheming people, they have an archive of dick pics to make sure their shit works.
Well, think about it. What the fuck is a dick pill really doing? Because none of those work. Let's be honest. You ever heard of I'm sure if there was a dick pill out there, millions of people would be taking that shit.
But say it does work, and it's
on GQ. Read part of that. Just read the
Read
headline.
it out loud, yeah.
It's from 2009.
The Rise and Fall of the Cincinnati Boater King. By Amy Wallace. Yeah, dude, that's him. You want me to start reading?
I don't know. You don't have to, but I'm just saying, I didn't make all this up. Apparently, this dude was really doing, crazy, shady shit. Because I didn't believe my boss, and I looked it up, and I found this whole fucking article and shit.
So, so if it does work, and you can't get the doctor to write you a note saying that it absolutely doesn't work, What they forced you to keep paying for
Yeah.
the shit?
It's the
Are
only
you
way that-
shitting me?
Exactly. The only way that you could cancel it is to go from your doctor, and the doctor had to give definitive proof that didn't work. I might have the facts. This is why I'm saying allegedly. Don't sue me, Insight guy. I don't fucking know for sure. This is third-hand
Oh,
information.
you're fucked. You're
But-
so fucked.
Yeah, that's basically what he told me. He was like, they would set it up to where once you were signed up, you had to just stay signed up. And for most people, it was too fucking embarrassing to even go to the doctor, to even set up the appointment to see, like, oh, my little dick ain't growing, doc. Can you make sure it's not getting any bigger? Like, well, no.
My dick's shrinking,
that
doc.
sucks.
Keep
Like, you
paying for the Insight.
You gotta call off work for that shit. Like, sorry, I'm getting dick pics so I can get my Insight money back. Like, really?
Dude,
And
I need
then-
you to take a picture of my dick. All right, I need you to take a picture of this shit.
Like, how the fuck is that not the most awkward doctor visit ever?
That's what they were trying to set up. So he ended up getting, like, losing his business and all this fucking crazy shit.
Jesus fucking
We're at
Christ.
about an hour. Do you guys want to put a pin in it for a minute?
Yeah, let's take a break. Quick break.
All right, we'll be right back. More boners in a minute. And we're back, fuckers.
What's up? All right, so we want to start this next segment with a new video that I forgot about. And you've done some dumb shit. Everyone's done some dumb shit, you know.
Not
but
me, never.
Never, right. Not, especially
Nope.
not in this podcast. We're a bunch of goody two-shoes, you know.
I thought that's why y'all invited me.
Yeah, because praise Jeebus. So I found this video recently of some guy doing some dumb ass shit, and we'll just watch.
He's got a Maximo hairspray thing, and then he flips it around, and
Think
taped
big,
to it
huh?
is an M80
That's what I'm
firecracker.
doing.
That's what
Wish
he's
me
doing.
luck.
I'm not wishing this dude.
I gotta
luck.
turn this down because it's gonna be like.
This man made a small bomb.
You can't really see where he's standing either. He lights this thing with a grill lighter and sets it on the ground on the concrete. He like runs
Bolts
like
off.
just barely behind a corner. Camera stays like a fucking
Oh
insane.
shit!
Car alarms are going off.
That would have
The
killed
side
it.
of the building's on fire.
If
this
someone
dude-
was standing there, they'd be dead.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
he made a small bomb.
The side of the fucking building is like billowing up black smoke. Like, what the fuck?
I just got to hear that explosion because it sounds
Yeah.
just like a fucking movie. But damn, when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, dude.
One more time.
And at the end of the fucking video, he's like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Whoa, fuck!" Like he didn't know what the fuck was about to happen.
It was a whole fucking canister of hairspray and an M80 firecracker strapped to it. What the fuck did he think was going to happen? That dude was not far enough away from that either. He just barely ran 3 steps and just got behind that little fucking corner and stuck his phone out. It's going to be hilarious.
You
And
needed
then
a
he
blast
commits it-
shield. Like, that was a serious explosion. Like,
He's lucky they aren't carting him off to Guantanamo Bay for doing that. Like, what the fuck
yeah,
were
that
you
was like-
thinking, sir?
terror level.
Dude, have you ever fucking made like a sparkler bomb?
What's that?
You fucking take like fucking 50 sparklers and you duct tape them the fuck together like super tight.
Oh my god!
And you put a wick in it. Like, I did this one time on. We took some drugs,
Allegedly.
but allegedly. But dude, it like made a giant ass explosion. Fucking like blew the side of his neighbors. Like they have like one of those fucking like mesh fence things. You know what I'm talking
So
about?
wait, as soon as you get them all lit, it just creates a fucking crazy explosion immediately?
What is
Nah, dude. Like we. So you like put a wick in the top. You like cut a hole in the top and you put a
Oh,
wick in
shit.
it, and then you light the wick, and you should probably move pretty far away because it makes a big ass fucking explosion. It, like not all the fire from that video, but like
Loudness?
the loudness. Yeah, it was like the same. It like blew the side of their neighbor's fence out and shit. Like it was really fucking crazy.
so much underestimating of like the power of fireworks.
That,
It's like,
this whole
shit is,
video has
like,
been based around it. Or
Right,
this whole
like,
episode.
it's gunpowder. Y'all know this. It's like
And it's designed to colorfully
Right.
explode huge fucking giant raining fire in the air. Like, what do you think's gonna happen when you strap this thing to a fucking hairspray container, like glue it to
fuck.
your ass cheek?
holy
what's
shit.
gonna happen next? Well, you're gonna lose some fingers. This is what's probably gonna happen.
When I was younger, I went to a summer camp, and every summer we would at least take one camping trip. And someone decided it was a good idea to fucking throw an axe can in the fire.
Like a full one?
Yeah. In a circle full of kids.
Man.
I kicked that shit out, though.
Dude, my dad
You
used
kicked it out when it could have exploded?
Yeah.
Dude, we
You
did
could've
that
lost
before.
a
It's
chunk
just
of your
like
body.
Well, I mean, it was that or my 2 closest friends that I'm still friends with today would be probably hurt.
That's some Captain America shit.
What were you going to say, Alex?
someone threw a hairspray bottle in the fire once, like when we were kids and shit too. It was like the same shit, but nobody kicked it out. It like flies up in the air. Is what happened when we were there. Like it just went way up in the air. But we were all like fucking hiding behind it. It took fucking way longer than you would think.
Dude,
Right?
there was one time when we were playing in the woods with we had a canister of gasoline. Don't ask me where 3 15-year-olds got a whole big-ass canister of gasoline, jacked it from somebody's fucking parents' garage, and took it into these woods behind my dude's house. And he has, to call it a creek is a giant overstatement. It's like a shitty little stream of water going through the woods.
Please tell me
And
you didn't pour gasoline.
a fucking
in
tire
there.
is sitting in this thing. This is relevant for later. So it's me, my buddy Josh, and my buddy Mike. And Mike is a fucking moron. And we're out there fully realizing Mike's a goddamn idiot. And we're like, we're going to start a fire. And we've got all this gasoline. So we're filling a cup up and just like pouring a little bit. And then poof, and it goes like right up instantly in this little fire pit that we built for ourselves. And then, like, we're fucking around, filling this glass up and throwing it in there and watching fireballs go up. And then all of a sudden, Mike grabs a container of gasoline. We're like, dude, come on, you're a moron. Like, you're gonna blow us all up. Like, jokingly, we say this. And he was like, dude, I've been playing with gasoline for fucking 25 years. Like, I grew up with a container of gasoline over a fire. And we're like, whatever, Mike, have fun. So this idiot goes walking over the top of the fire with the fucking container. And then with the fire's here, and the container comes over the top, and I'm just looking at him do this. And as I see him tip it, I was like, Mike, no! But it was too late. He tips it over, and the fucking gasoline goes straight down, and whoosh! A big fucking giant torpedo of flame catches the fucking entire like gas canister on fire, and he pulls it back, and the fumes are spewing fucking like gasoline fire out of the little yellow nozzle thing or whatever the fuck. And Josh is looking at him like, what do I do? I'm already halfway up the fucking hill. Like, I'll see you morons in hell. Like, this ain't happening to me. Not today. Like, Mike's like, what do I do, dude? I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but I'm getting out of here, bitch. And then, like, Mike's like, and he chucks it, but he, like, bitch throws it, and it fucking, like, goes 3 feet to the left and then hits the ground, rolls over, entire, like, flame trail going the whole fucking way, and falls into the water. And he's like, dude, I got this. The water's right there, thinking that he's going to put out an entire thing of flaming gasoline with creek water that's barely a piss stream. He kicks it into the fucking stream, and then, like, it, of course it doesn't go out, and all the water starts, like, sizzling, and fucking the rest of the plastic melts on the top of it, and then all the gasoline comes out, and it's like, whoosh, this big, like, fucking billowing black poof ball of smoke comes up, and I guess the energy from the explosion caused this fucking tire to come loose and drift down into it, and then a fucking whole, like, truck tire that was in the woods falls on top of this burning gasoline fucking fire pit that's going in the middle of a creek right now, and we're about to set the whole woods of fucking Coleraine on fire, and they're all looking at each other like assholes, like, what do we do now? I was like, leave before the cops come. Obviously, there's nothing more we can do here. Leave and lie hard and pretend like we were at home. Establish a firm alibi. That's what we need to do now, fellas. And fucking, as we're about to leave, some dude comes trucking through the woods, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm out. Josh was like, I think that's my neighbor. I was like, or the police, I'll see you, Josh. And he's like, Vinny, is that you, Vinny? And I'm like trying to find a fucking tree to hide behind, but it's like a cartoon. All the trees are small, and my fat ass is trying to squeeze in between these little branches and shit. And then it does turn out to be the dude, and he's like, you starting a fucking tire fire in our backyard, Josh? The fuck are you doing, man? And he was like, no, our asshole friend Mike almost killed us all with a fucking container of gasoline. I've got so many, like, fucking crazy stories growing up with, like, my dad showing me how to blow shit up and all kinds of shit like that. Like, just doing goofy homemade fucking explosions and bombs.
I remember one time when I was a kid, there was this guy, I don't remember his name. He threw like some kind of bottle rocket into one of those really big ass satellite dishes that people have in their backyards. Remember that? I don't think that people still have that anymore. If they do, they are still stuck in the 90s. But they had these big ass satellite dishes in their backyard, I guess for just some kind of satellite TV for maybe an extra 20 channels. And then he threw it in there, and it exploded and took out the power grid for like a whole fucking block. Wow. So, yeah, it was bad. All the power went out. I think it was on a 4th of July. too. It was crazy.
What an asshole.
I know that his parents had to pay almost $50,000 to get him out of trouble. How crazy is that shit?
Oh my fucking
Things
god!
you not do, like,
Glad that
50K?
wasn't me.
I mean, I bricked out a window as a kid. My mom had to go say sorry for me and give the man $75, but like I never took out a power grid for a chunk of the neighborhood before. I assume some people were mad.
Yeah, that was some fucked up shit. Don't know where he is in life now, but if you're watching, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, me too.
So do you remember the ice bucket challenge?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Have you done it? Let's be honest.
No.
I did it. I did it. It sucked.
I did donate though.
I've participated, but I did not ever actually put my own ice bucket. So I worked at a demolition company, and
They filled a bucket full of bricks and they said, "Oh, brick challenge."
oh my god, I wish, because it would have made it like actually watchable. But we filled it up a full bucket in a skid steer and dumped it on somebody, and like I was. Like, as soon as I found out what they were doing, I was, like, trying to hide. Like, oh, fuck, I don't want any part of this. Like, Kevin, like, fuck. Like, yeah, can you get in the machine and dump this water on some fucking rich lady that's related to the guy that owns the company? Like, sure. And, yeah. So, I ended up dumping a bucket of fucking cold water on some lady in her skid steer. And I tried to enjoy it, like I'm dumping it, and I'm like, bitch, like, take this water. But I was still just like, man, it's stupid. Like, I got nothing out of it.
Yeah, I never did it, but I did kick a guy with ALS into a frozen pool.
What?
Never happened.
I was going to say, what the fuck?
Come on.
Good lord.
You mean
Admit to
allegedly?
a fucking crime right now? I didn't really do this. Jesus.
Well, so I found this video on the internet of the hot water challenge.
Okay.
Where basically people take boiling pots of water and they pour it on themselves and record it on video.
What charity
All
are they
of
raising
them-
awareness for?
All of them deserve every bit of the third degree burn.
Like,
Damn straight, fucking idiots. Who the fuck does that?
Fucking morons. And if they die from it, the species gets stronger. That's
Yes.
that's how
I feel like
look
there's
at
not
it.
enough of that.
Elimination of the weak.
It's like it's coming back. Darwinism found a way.
All right. It's
through technology that we created. We're weeding ourselves out.
I love it. Eat more Tide Pods, you dumb bastards.
all right.
I don't know if I want to watch this.
It's
This is gonna
from
be
a
fucking
it's
horrible.
another language. I'm surprised this is not in America.
Not yet.
Oh, wow, we got
All
a foreign dumb fuck trend coming up. No, that's English.
Just got a pot of boiling
Sorta.
water.
Oh, what?
Oh, this is not. This is like a
Oh,
prank
no.
gone horribly wrong.
Why would you?
So
Oh
she.
my
just-
god.
Did she
no.
look
Okay, so
What
she's
just
got a
happened?
pot. She
Fry
takes a
this
pot of boiling water off the stove and she like runs around the corner of her house and sneaks up on her brother, her whatever,
Who's
her
shirtless.
uncle, whoever the fuck the dude is, and he's completely shirtless with just basketball shorts on and leaning against this car, and she like sneaks up on him and fucking dunks the whole thing of water on top of him, and he just like instantly like
Did you
No,
hear
we
that
all just heard this
scream?
dude's pain. Like,
Yeah, that was real. Like, please
That was
help
suffering.
me. Yeah, that was real suffering.
This is like I got a hot
Screaming.
boiling cup of hot
Oh
water
my
on me.
Lord.
what are you?
He went fucking down.
oh no,
His
dude!
skin is instantly red.
He turned into Mr. Krabs ASAP.
Since I'm no bitch, I'm doing the fucking boiling water challenge.
Oh my fucking god.
Your gangster's not gonna save you.
We're just watching people ruin their lives forever
Look
right
at all
now.
the burns.
Like, I don't give a like. Oh, look at my
Like,
burns.
like this is
dumb bitch.
How
what
do
did you
trends
expect?
like this pick up? Okay, so this happens. They get ruined forever. They show the aftermath, and then people are like, "I know, bitch," and they fucking.
I challenge you, Luke, to
Right.
the hot water challenge.
But all these assholes, they don't even start with a toe just to see, like, wonder how hot the water. Fuck that! I'm not doing that on my.
Right.
All these assholes go face first into the water every time. Like, what are you doing?
Dude, What the fuck is going through your
fucking
fucking head?
I love how it's like, hot water challenge, bitch. Like, your gangster is not about to save you from this 3rd-degree burn.
On your eyeballs. They went eyeballs open, full fucking.
Like, if you act real tough,
like,
like,
what are you
won't
doing?
get burned.
Wait for them to start doing the old school knife game again challenge.
Where they stick it
With the
between all your
fucking
fingers and
cigarette.
shit?
Yeah, just as fast as you possibly can, you know?
Dude, I remember some fucked up shit
It's gonna
from grade
come back.
school.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
gonna
people-
come back.
I remember some kids would staple their nutsack to their leg.
Oh my
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why.
Steve-O used to close out every like live performance by doing that.
I think that's where they got it from. They're just a bunch of
By
jackasses. Let's be real.
stapling his nuts to his thigh, he
Yeah.
closed out every show that way.
Yep, he would take the skin of his nuts and staple $1 to it, and then staple it to his thigh and shit.
That's
What
some
does
fucked
his
up
nuts
shit.
look like?
Yeah,
at this
like
point?
at a
Clipped.
point that it has to build up some sort
Like,
of scar tissue
like-
or deformity or something.
We're talking
Like-
about the same guy that did a snow angel in jet fuel and then lit himself on fire and got like 3rd and 4th degree burns.
Oh,
and
I
shit.
know.
Down
oh,
to
I
the
know.
bone. Like,
I
had
also-
to get
He had like
the
that
skin
big
of
fucking pus pocket and
yeah,
shit.
and he had to
Shit
get the
was
skin of
crazy.
17 corpses sewn onto him to fucking graft his
Dude,
body back
he
together.
is like fucking.
That's metal as fuck.
Yeah.
It's
He's a goddamn zombie.
And the whole time he was fucked up, he was like, "Yeah, dude, this is fucking gnarly. Look at these fucking giant welts, dude." Like what? Like you're
He's
sober
fucked up.
now?
I
and
feel
still-
like it's like maybe pain is kind of like how you take a tattoo, you know, like
Yeah, it's
eventually
an-
you just get used
yeah.
to it, and now he's just taking so many severe blows. You're just like, like yeah, I was on fire.
No, I heard him talk about it, and he was like, "No, I feel pain just like everybody. It sucks. I'll just like get
He's
over
just
it."
a fucking weirdo.
Oh, wow.
All right.
But I also remember back in grade
He's
school,
lying.
we would take like big things of Play-Doh and chuck them at each other for as hard as we can. And we'd also play Bloody Knuckles. You ever heard of that game?
Yes.
Yes.
Bloody Knuckles, for those who don't know, is you stick your fist on two people stick their fists on the desk, and then you have to flick a quarter or like a nickel as hard as you can at their knuckles until they bleed. First one to bleed loses. Some dumb shit. I got scars on my knuckles from playing
the
that.
You
shit
guys
out of
ever
that
played
game.
tennis?
You guys ever played chicken before with a cigarette? Where you get real blackout drunk at your uncle's house and you take a cigarette. And
Oh yeah,
Kids
dude.
don't do this
You fucking
normally,
you
Cody.
put your arms together. and you
Kids
throw
don't
the
do
Well,
that
so
normally.
Nah,
that's a
dude.
cigarette burn from you take it and you hold the
Yep.
cigarette. I can't remember. Oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
how it was.
like
So I
this,
was holding
dude.
it like you're supposed to. You could do it like this, but we did it a couple different ways. I don't have the scars on here anymore, but this was one on the top of my wrist where you take and you hold somebody else's arm next to it, and you've got a lit cigarette in between right there. And then as it burns down, the first one to let go is the chicken. Oh, what a chicken you are. You don't want permanent burns on you for the rest of forever.
Good lord. Did you guys play tennis?
Is that where you keep
Like,
slapping
fuck
each
the
other's
fuck out of
hands?
tennis,
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that. That
Never-
fucking sucks.
We
would
played
just-
the slap game in high school, and it was just whenever you hurt the other person in any way, you got to slap them.
You ever play this fun game where all your friends get drunk and then someone pulls a knife out and you have to restrain them from murdering somebody?
I know that one.
We used to play that game all the time.
You talk about horrible things like they're just a part of growing up.
For me, they were just a part of growing up, but I can understand how some people are confused.
I remember there was this thing where people would get it. I forgot what it's called. The choking game, maybe. I don't know if that's it. But basically,
Hey,
your
yeah.
kid would exhale as much as they
I know
possibly
exactly
can.
what you're talking
You
about.
Yeah.
bounce
pass
up on their
around.
chest.
They
Yeah.
call
Make
that
'em
like the
pass out.
pass
Kids
out.
in
Yeah.
my neighborhood
Yeah, that was
used
that
to do
shit.
that. I would catch them doing that to each other in my neighborhood. And then one of the kids told me, Joey Hollis, said that...
Shout out.
Yeah.
Powerful Joey Hollis.
Said that this other kid that he went to school with, I don't remember that kid's name, did it at school, pissed himself when he passed out
Hey,
at school.
everybody that played the pass out
The-
game is on drugs right
The
now.
thing,
I promise you.
the thing is though, yeah, that is true. The thing is though, like if he pissed himself during the knockout game at school, he probably had to just take that L. Like he just had to say like, yeah, I just pissed myself. Like I'm weird, you know. Like he couldn't just go to a teacher and go, hey, I heaved until I got lightheaded. Then I stood up and someone pressed my chest until I blacked out and caved onto the floor.
Yeah.
You know, like
I've seen you
just
smoke.
gotta-
This is a little off topic, but I've seen you smoke pot until you black out. Like literally, like eyes
Yep.
roll back in your head, full body unconscious, falling over in my chair.
It's happened twice, and
What?
then I got
He had
fucked
full-
up on the sugar rush after not eating anything.
He had a
off
full
of,
straw
It was a
burrito.
straw burrito, which
Ew.
I've never had another since then.
They're terrible. I mean,
What?
they're tasty at the
No.
time.
No,
but
they're
sometimes, dude,
not.
They're fucking absolutely
they're
terrible.
not.
I don't
drank-
mind them.
I drank like
much.
four
Straw
sips.
burrito.
They taste like asshole.
It's a Bud
Yeah.
Light straw burrito. So
It-
it's like a,
Oh,
They give you the worst hangover
fucking
ever.
God.
but they're like
dude.
9%.
It ruined my gut.
Dude, they're not.
It's-
That's way too much sugar.
It's a lot of
Far
shit.
too much sugar.
So I'm gonna finish this video, see where else it goes, because I haven't watched it all.
Because nowhere happy.
The aftermath. This dude's all fucked up. Surprise, surprise.
Este juego, ya.
This man can't jerk off without oven mints ever again. The
Why are
temperature
they
of his
showing me-
penis will burn his hand.
No, not. Oh,
Let's not do it.
Let's not.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready, man.
Instantly collapse.
I feel like this might
Why
be
would you
like
think
we might
that's a
be
good
on to
idea?
something. Like you see how quick people fucking drop when they get like fuck a taser. Like Cosby Dick start carrying hot water. Like
Hot boiling ass water. Just maim somebody
like, he
horribly.
was down. Like,
Damn.
instantly.
That's the manifestation of like, if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you do it too?
No, but the hot boiling water
They
challenge,
fucking
yeah, sure.
are, without question. They're stepping off right with them.
How much money would it take for you guys to do the hot boiling water
Hey.
challenge?
Too
Billions?
much.
Like
Too
Yeah.
much.
I'm never working
Too
again.
much.
That's let me just say that.
Never work. Yeah,
I'm never
seriously, 'cause you're
working
fucked up for life.
Yup.
Yeah.
Need
What
life
if I get
insurance.
like you get someone on your dick? You get like a
Melty dick syndrome.
like or like just like a
Your dick melts like candle wax.
a crack down your like a sliver of hot boiling water down your asshole. Then we got like we're back to where we started with the podcast. Like,
What if your skin's
Full circle.
what if the
come full
hot
circle.
water? What if the hot water crawls down your ass crack, melts your butthole, skin grows over, seals butthole?
Cauterized
That could
shut
actually
asshole.
happen.
Ooh.
That could totally happen, dude.
Ooh. We have
Nothing
to
like
consult
Your
a
skin
medical
could just get
professional
fused
on
together like that.
I know, but
It's
like,
fucked.
could you imagine if that did?
Yeah,
Could you imagine
you'd
trying to
burst
force
from
the
pooping.
shit?
that. I'm struggling with the motivation still. Like you know what the fuck boiling water does. Like, why would you do that?
Whoa,
You
whoa,
know
whoa,
that you're
whoa,
fucked
whoa,
up for
whoa.
life.
Like if you tag me in it,
immediately.
I'm gonna like we're gonna I'm gonna just like send you a message like, dude. for real.
That was fucking stupid.
Like, why would
How,
you?
how pissed
like-
would you be, Alex, if Kevin you were just hanging out, you're at band practice, Kevin just comes in the room and he's like, hot water challenge, and you're like, oh, and he just sprays you with it while you're playing guitar, and you're like, ah! What
I don't-
happens then? Would you forgive him?
Fuck no, I wouldn't
I don't- I
forgive
think-
him.
I think
What
that-
happens is I like fucking scream and fall on the ground and die
Go to the
almost.
hospital.
But not really, and
Like-
then my face is fucked up for the rest of my life. But,
Right.
And then you gotta kill Kevin.
not,
You got a
not
vendetta
Kevin.
against
It's
Kevin
cool.
for the rest
It's
of
cool,
your life.
Kevin.
Like, you know, man, you fuck.
It's all good.
dude.
What-
It's all
all good.
good.
Wouldn't you
And then
holding
Kevin
the
clowns
electric
on you
guitar
incessantly
kill you?
after that.
What's that?
Wouldn't
What?
you holding the electric guitar getting doused with hot
Yeah,
water
yeah.
also fry you?
I would
On top of
probably.
getting
It's
Yeah,
a
probably.
potential.
You
It
get
could
shocked
happen.
and burned.
Or you can
Damn.
become like autonomous like composite guitar man because it like melts.
Oh,
It's just
melts
like
his
melts
like
guitar.
a comic book
It fuses
scenario.
to
It just makes him some sort
Yeah.
of super guitar mutant.
That's so stupid sounding.
If I were to be a mutant, I would want to be a super guitar mutant.
You look like you
Hot
got
water
fucking-
challenge coming
you're-
soon.
Something straight out of fucking
check
Resident
out our
Evil.
Facebook.
I feel like I've seen that in some thrash metal music video before. All right. Well,
Kevin.
speaking
In
of
the
music,
Anthrax video,
Kevin, before what would you do if Alex did that to you?
I would beat him within an inch of his life.
With your
Let
Alex,
him
do you think
recover.
Kevin could beat you up?
beat him again within an inch of his life. Let him recover again.
I mean,
I think Kevin could probably beat me up. I think I would. I think I would put up a good fight.
yeah, I think
But
if anyone
I think Kevin would probably beat my ass. Yeah.
like I don't know.
Dude's fucking ripped, man.
could you do it with like?
Do you think
your-
Luke would beat you
your
up? Look how
skin
shredded Luke is.
scalded over,
Be honest.
like,
I think
mold
I could
hand.
maybe take Luke. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's more chance of me beating up Luke than there is of me beating up Kevin.
That's the most diplomatic answer
I
I've
would
ever
say,
heard in my
like-
entire life.
I'm like the least likely person probably to like fight somebody though.
Yeah, and Kevin, he's a gentle giant.
I'm just lazy. Like, can we talk this out, bro? Because I got this bong just packed up. Come on, let's talk it out.
But he just sprayed you with hot boiling water.
Yeah,
I got a joint, dude. It's all good.
Yeah, the immediate reaction is probably gonna be like, boiling water. Stop, drop, and roll, or something like.
Stop, drop, and roll. One of those kids did do that.
You roll your face off on the carpet, your skin just peels off on the carpet.
One of the kids did that.
Just deglove your whole face.
One of the kids did do that.
I mean, look at it. Like, they were just like instantly incapacitated. Like, hot water. Everything makes sense now.
Instantly regret this.
Like, it was all a bad plan.
I had a feeling this would be a bad idea.
I was impressed by like how many videos there are versus how much immediate, like, apparent physical pain there is. Like,
well, remember like the Kylie Jenner challenge or whatever it was, where you had to use a cup on your mouth and you sucked as hard as you could, and your lips got just super swollen to the point where people had irreversible damage done. Their lip would split.
oh wow.
Yeah, those are some fucked up videos. If you want to see some shit, that got dark.
That's another challenge where like you can visibly see the consequences of doing it, and people are just like, yeah,
dude.
I'm gonna still do
you
that.
know what?
That's a good idea.
Why the fuck not?
I'm hearing about. I support these challenges because it's like less
See the
fucking
dumb
stupid
fucks?
people.
Yeah.
Or if
Like-
they survive, more of a burden on our tax system.
Well, yeah.
Good lord.
Because they're going to be completely disabled for the rest of their fucking lives if they just took boiling water to the face.
So now we want to get into the music because we have about a 20 to half hour mark now. Sorry, that made no sense. Anyways, so you guys are in a band called Clairsentient, and then you were previously in a band called Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. I would love to hear some crazy stories. What you got? Show us what you got.
Well, not so much like because like we're like old and shit, and now we don't like fucking rage and after party, and there's not like, you know, all our fans now are like 40-year-old dudes that are like, oh man, I really like them guitars. Like, I play bass, but
If you look at Kevin right now, he's got hairs growing out of the wrinkles of his liver spots. He's
Yes.
so old.
He's
I
so
am-
fucking old.
seasoned. Actually, I've been doing this. I started playing in shows and shit when I was like 16, so it's like going on 20 years now.
Yeah. Me too.
I saw you guys.
You
at,
were with me when I
Bogarts.
was like 16
Yeah.
playing shows and shit.
Okay, when we were my first like band where we were like, what I had like real success with was a band me and Alex were in called Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, and like we were kids, we were just like all about just like playing, getting fucked up, and then playing music as fast and as hard as we could, and like the shows, the energy and shit reflected that, and we had like a lot of like, you know, hardcore shit going on. Like our CD release party was the one that comes to mind. Like, so we had a pretty good turnout, and at the height of the show, this girl gets up on stage, right, and you know she flashes the crowd, and you know everyone here is like, yeah, titties, except
Her old man.
Josh
except you know we all have like girlfriends and shit.
Well,
who,
not
like,
his
everybody
girlfriend
on the
at
stage
time.
except for maybe Alex. Were you dating someone then? Did you have a
Nah, I
girlfriend?
don't.
You
don't
you
know.
would have been the only motherfucker.
I don't think I was.
Like my heart sank into my nutsack because I invited my girlfriend who it was her first show, and like she's seeing like all these like my brother's like throwing beer in the mosh pit.
Oh
Like,
God, he got kicked out.
He got
and shit.
kicked out. Like it was a full on fucking just like shit show. So at the height of all that, bouncers snatching people out, like people getting punched, beer flying in the mosh pit. This girl gets up, flashes her titties. I try to turn away, like, oh my god,
No, not titties.
not
No,
titties.
anything but
Anything
tits.
but
Contrary
someone
to
else's
belief,
titties.
like,
That's like
titties is
everyone
not
in the
always the
band.
optimal outcome. Like, I promise. So, and then I turn back around. Josh's girlfriend comes up with her fucking like high heel, pushes this bitch off the stage. Like, then Josh's mom gets involved, gets in a fight with the girlfriend, dude, and it's like, and it's a fucking nightmare. At this
There was
point.
like basically a fucking riot at the Mad
Then,
Hatter
like,
that night.
people
Like,
just
it
started
was
punching
ridiculous.
people,
Everyone was
like-
just fighting. Like
Like, do we keep playing?
Dude,
like,
no, it was right at the end of the show.
yeah.
Sounds like
But-
a fucking Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah.
Dude, like
Like,
this shit was on the
they
news
shut
the next
down
day.
the bar.
Like,
They kicked
like
everybody out.
they said like local metal band, horseshoes and hand grenades, CD release party. There was a riot at fucking Mad Hatter.
Yeah,
Like,
and it was
I
all
swear I
over
saw this
just-
shit on the news. It was like, what the fuck?
It all
But
started
at the
with
same time, it
titties.
was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Hell yeah, we're on the news.
That's fucking dope.
Dude, that night was great. Like, Alex was like not even 21 yet, and I went to the bathroom and he's like in the nastiest toilet I think I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Let's hear it.
Like with his head just like on
What? So somehow Josh, when they put his wristband on, they would put big X's on my hand and shit. But it was dark as fuck, so they couldn't tell once I had a wristband. So Josh like fucking like turned his wrist when they fucking put his wristband on. So it was on all shitty. So somehow he got it off and put it on my arm. And went and was like, oh, mine broke off when we were playing. Fucking, so give me another one. So I was like, this was the first time I was able to fucking drink in a bar. I'm like,
let's give
oh,
this
shit.
20-year-old who's playing guitar on a show and he's going to be worshipped as a fucking god
I mean,
all night.
I don't remember
Alcohol.
shit, dude.
Great
Like,
idea.
I remember puking in the fucking nasty ass bathroom of the Mad Hatter.
Dude, I came in there, there's like shit in the toilet.
Oh my
He's got
god.
his lips on the seat of the bowl.
He's like in that little area
Dude,
in
I was
between,
was
like-
hugging that shit. I remember that.
He was
I'm
like crammed in between the area between like the stall and the what the fuck ever
Headphones are out.
the
Good.
toilet and the divider, and he's just like crammed in there with like one arm up. And I'm like looking in. I don't know if it's like just like a really bad puke or like a turd in there. There's like
A
toilet
really bad
paper
puke.
and piss. Like it stinks so fucking bad in there. And I'm just like, homie, you all right? He's like, yeah. And I was like, cool. I left his ass. Like I turned back the fuck around and went about my business, dude.
Dude, I remember literally
We-
being carried in the house that night. Like I was dead in the car, and they just carried me in. Like, I was so fucked up,
Dude,
I was a bad friend then. I think.
dude. I don't know what, man. Do you remember fucking the Halloween show that we did?
Oh
fucking,
my god. Yeah.
With
which
a
one? Because they were all kind of got kind of
with that certain promoter where there was like this contest fucking thing. And
Is it the
we were the
promoter we
only
think
band
it
that
is?
dressed up, so
Oh
like there was
my
this contest where
God.
the winner fucking
costume
gets this
contest.
big ass fucking prize. I forget what it was. You know, it was probably like $100 or some bullshit like that.
Right.
But this certain dude, I don't think he really does anything anymore. It was like a long time ago.
Gotcha.
But fucking so we all dress as women.
Yeah.
I remember. I remember Kevin fucking being dressed with a little blonde wig with pigtails, and he's like in a
Dude.
sundress and shit.
I looked like fucking E.T. It was so bad. Like straight up. Like,
right, and like me and my brother are in these fucking. I don't even know how to explain
Yeah.
what
They
it
had,
was.
like-
It was like a onesie with like fake boobs and shit, and we had like blood in between our legs and shit.
Yeah.
It was some fucking ridiculous shit. So like we're like, all right, we're about to win this costume contest because we're the only fucking motherfuckers that even dressed up. And like while we're playing on stage, dude dips out. He just left and didn't come back. Never fucking paid us. Like,
what a fucking dickhead.
and I was like, fuck, I dressed up like this and embarrassed the shit out
Oh
of
my
myself
God,
for no
yeah.
reason.
So
like, this was the
embarrassed.
stupidest shit ever.
God damn it! I was looking forward to splitting that $100
Dude,
8
right?
ways between all
Exactly.
The stage was high up. I was like, the shout out to women who get in like fucking dresses and go play, because I was like, man, can they see my dick? Can they see my nuts? Like the whole night, like I'm gonna put my strap down a little lower tonight because like I feel like my nuts are hanging out. It was and like dude like and like it was one of those last minute things where like because we were fucking like terrible at planning stuff out, like, oh, there's a costume, like we're gonna do this, and then last day like let's be women, okay, fine. And we just like had like shitty like costumes. Like we had like dresses that we like borrowed from people and shit. Like I borrowed a dress from my girlfriend at the time. I was like, man, I'm gonna try to look cute. Like, I'm gonna get my makeup right. Like, and I go in there and it's like, oh, it's a gag. Okay, now I feel super kind of some type of
Dude, like, your shit was so funny though. You were so convincing. Everyone else was like, just some dumb shit.
Like, I had makeup done. Like if we gonna be women, like my shit's gonna be on fleek. Like,
that shit was so
fucking
funny.
around. But then I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have went that hard. I look kind of suspect right now. But I mean, it didn't matter. I still had the same like facial hair and shit. Like it was so bad.
I just remember that shit was like a fucking weeknight and shit. I had to work in the morning and fucking
the mascara on
dude
show in the middle of
not
a
even
week.
that.
Yeah.
The dude that was driving our equipment was like drunk as fuck, and we were like, "You're not driving our shit." Like this drunk and in the truck it was at fucking the Blue Note.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
And we're like, you're not driving our shit because you're gonna get fucked up. And he's like, no, well nobody else is driving my truck. So I swear I was there till 4 a.m. before we even left. I had to work at 7. I'm like, I was so fucking pissed. Like dude finally convinced us to let him drive his truck. And apparently that night, he used to work with us. He wasn't at work the next day. He got a DUI that night. So it's like, well, we were right for not letting you fucking drive our fucking thousands of dollars equipment. Like,
that shit would have been impounded.
Right,
oh
exactly.
My God. Can
like,
you imagine? That's like the ultimate nightmare scenario. Other than like all being stolen or destroyed, I think that's the only way it can get worse.
So, what was the worst show you ever played?
I can think of the worst one in recent memory. Like I've played so many bad shows. Like that is all. Like we could do a whole podcast for that.
The worst one for me was like shortly after my 21st birthday. I think it was the first show where I was 21. It was at Dirty Jack's.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know, I got pretty drunk. I knew like I have to not get too drunk to where I can play my parts right and shit.
He doesn't ever play his parts right.
Fuck you.
Shots fired.
Exposing all the band drama.
I was like decently drunk and like it wasn't too bad. It was like okay, I'll at least be able to make it through this set. So we're up on set at Dirty Jack's. The first fucking song, the singer from Dirty Jack's.
Dirty Jack's.
The singer from fucking. Oh, what was that band? Death Broker. The Rhino, the dude that looked like Kerry King and played like him. He like jumps up on stage with a fucking double shot of some whiskey or some shit. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't want this. I'm already pretty drunk. Like, I'm going to fuck up. And like, he like throws it in my mouth. And I'm like, I have to fucking take this. I can't bitch out. Like, I'm on stage. People are giving me this fucking shot. And to the whole like 6 people that were watching us probably. So I take this shot, and after that, immediately after, I'm like falling all over the stage. I fucking trip over Kevin's cord, fall onto him. He falls down. We're both laying on the fucking ground, like trying to play still and shit.
Let's go with it.
That was probably my worst
I remember
show,
that. I didn't
drunk
remember
as
what you were
fuck.
talking about till you talked about the dude getting up and throwing you the shot. I was like, I have some concerns.
Yeah.
He'll be all right. Like, oh, he unplugged me. Oh, man, we're on the ground.
I remember you were pissed as fuck after that show,
dude,
too.
I like kind of went off on everybody.
I think
we need to tighten up.
You like threw your bass right after the set and shit.
I like threw it.
I remember that shit.
I don't even think that was mine. I think I borrowed it from somebody.
Probably.
Damn,
because your shit got
I was
sold.
mad as fuck.
That's the best equipment to throw is the shit that isn't the
shit.
rental shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the worst. One time we played a house show, and I remember we had to borrow some drum equipment, some expensive-ass drum stands. And we were playing, and it was great. But in the middle of the set, all of a sudden, one of the, I think the rise symbol, it just cracked right down the middle. And just as if there was a laser cut in it, and it fell off. And we're like, oh, fuck, what are we going to do? But the guy was cool that he said we didn't have to pay him back. Thank God. Because that was like $250 or some shit. But fuck that. You said you had another show in recent memory?
I was
shitty
trying to
shows.
figure what that was.
I'm gonna say the show opening for DSI was pretty.
Oh my
horrible.
god, that shit sucked so bad.
So
Walk us through it.
all right, well, we got one of these awesome Cincinnati shows with a certain
person.
promoter, and
You can go ahead and say his name.
We all know.
We all know
everyone
who
knows
you're
who it
talking
is.
about.
If it's who we think it is,
Look.
he has had his name shat on the show before.
Not by us, but by the other bands that come on
mean,
and shit on him.
Dude,
It's cool. Just go on.
I won't even shit on the dude as much as most people probably will.
Yeah, I don't
Like-
want to shit on the dude because honestly, like, I feel like what
I-
made this show shitty maybe
Right.
didn't have a whole
Well,
lot to do with him.
We just go.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was kind of him.
Yeah,
Like
it was
the
kinda.
actual show day was not him, but all the shit leading up to the show day, a lot of that was fucking his fault.
So,
But like, I mean,
So you
I've
guys are
also played.
uncomfortable talking about that.
I've also played the best shows I've ever
yeah,
had.
so it's
Go on.
it
Yeah,
can be hit
for
or
that,
miss.
dude.
Anyway, we had like a discrepancy, like where we're already pissed off because he was giving us the third degree about ticket sales and ticket sales. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Anyway.
And, I mean, it just like for real. The main thing for me was it wasn't the band for us to be playing with.
Right.
Fucking
So
DS, like
me and Alex we were early. We got there early. We're loading in. We're fucking we went through like the door we always go through at this fucking venue and put our shit in the same place we've put our shit for the last 10 goddamn
Right.
years. But no, Deicide's there warming up and
Yep.
security's like, we were there for like, we watched like 2 or 3 of their songs. Like we were there sitting there, like I still have my bass in my hand.
Right,
I'm
just
like,
waiting.
cool, Deicide, sweet. And I've always, I grew up listening to these guys. I'm a fan. I was just waiting, like, so I wouldn't be a nuisance. Like, you can't be in here. You got to go out there.
Yep. Dude, the thing that killed me was like, so they were doing sound check, right? And there was 3 monitors on the front of the stage. One for each the guitar player, the bass player, and the fucking singer.
Glenn Benton is the singer.
Glenn fucking Benton.
So the singer, he's like vocals aren't loud enough. They're sound checking, and all I can hear is vocals. I can't hear anything
can't
else.
hear- yeah.
He's like, these vocals aren't loud enough. I can't hear anything. He's like, I need all these monitors. So they take all 3 monitors and fucking like point them straight at him. And I swear I saw the guitar player be like, but what about me? I won't be able to hear anything. And dude's like, you don't need to hear anything. It's
don't
about
need to
me.
hear
The sound guy?
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Nah,
dude.
the
lead
vocalist
singer
of
at
the
Deicide,
band.
Glenn Benton.
It was like, are you fucking like?
Yeah.
I would
Wow.
I would quit that band.
If you're not
right
familiar
there.
with Glenn
Like,
Benton,
That was probably his last show. Let's be real.
if you're not familiar with him, he burns an upside down cross into his head every year. He just takes an upside down cross and heats it up over the stove and just like sears it into his fucking.
It must-
forehead.
I thought that was
Why
a
does he do
tattoo.
that?
Like a maniac.
I thought that was a
Ritual
tattoo.
thing.
That's crazy.
No, he burns the fuck out of himself. Like, and I think
It
he
might
does
have
it
been
on a
like-
yearly
fuck?
basis.
That explain. It might have been New Cross Day, and he was just a little
He's having
but
a
dude
bad
was
New
a
Cross Day.
fucking dickhead. Like
This dude
I've
sounds like a
like always
psycho.
heard like the horror stories about like celebrity dealers. That's like the first time I like actually like seen it.
Dude, most people I've met have been pretty like humble and cool.
Right,
but
on some level.
but
At
it's
least they
like
can
also
pretend like, I'm down to earth guy,
Right.
whatever. And then they're like, fucking, is this fucking seltzer water I asked for club soda?
Right.
That
Dude,
sucks because I really like Deicide, but at
Dude,
the same time, you kind of expect Glenn Benton to be an asshole, like
Yeah.
the dude
No.
singing.
I mean,
like,
that's kind of
fuck.
I feel like part of it he's supposed to be, but it's just like you can be an asshole, but if you're like an asshole to the fucking your guitar player, that's like I need to be
Yeah.
able to hear myself, and you're like, no, it's like you're really a fucking asshole. You're not doing that just for the fucking
not just a
No.
show
the
at this
gimmick,
point.
right?
And he was like
Like, fuck you,
dressing
dude.
down the sound guy, trying to make this dude who's like working in some fucking. Dude, the Mad Frog stage is no bigger than this goddamn table. Like, this dude has minimal knowledge on like how to make you sound as good as you possibly can in that venue, and he's like dressing this dude down like, if you knew what the fuck you were doing, like, dude, you are in the Mad Frog. You got it's like probably one fucking switch.
He
Like,
thinks he's at Carnegie Hall,
Right,
like,
like,
talking to
dude.
a professional. This dude's like half drunk, on a little bit of OxyContin. He's barely awake,
right.
like
This is
blinking in and out.
This is what he's doing so he can fucking like get his life back together and get off the fucking smack for a while. Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not the place to be dressing him down. I was just like,
This dude's on methadone. He's gonna stab you after the show, Glenn. You better fucking cool your boots, fella.
Mad Frog, that shit happens. Like, ooh, yeah.
Do you have a story? Do you have a Mad Frog stabbing story?
Well,
No, somebody got fucking
there's
killed
a
out there.
shooting.
Somebody got
story
shot dead,
recently.
like the week after that show, I think.
Yeah, it was like a week after that show. Yeah.
It's one of
I think I'm supposed to be doing a live painting gig here in a couple weeks. Can't wait to get shot and or stabbed. I'll have a good story for the podcast.
Yeah, same.
And it was like staff member that got shot and killed.
Hard
Same
left
promoter.
turn after the art show. The bastard servant comes back with 2 hoses.
It's a dark day here.
Somehow we're gonna make this work without Cody talking about his asshole for 40 minutes. I don't know how we'll do it. It'll be difficult.
Remember when Cody said,
I've lost interest already.
We're
Sorry.
gonna play clips of Cody talking about his butthole.
We fill it up with butter sticks up the ass talk. And
Scab?
Yeah, you just
We
stick
just never
sticks
stop
of butter
talking
up
about
your ass
stupid
instead.
Devolves into, would you rather have a stick of butter made of scabs go in your ass, or like you scabs are made of butter? I quit the podcast. and
Could
just
you
walk
imagine
out.
a brick entirely made of scab?
We'll get to it. We're almost on that segment. We're at about 45 minutes.
yeah, so we only
let's-
have about 10 more minutes, but I want to hear one of the songs. Do you have a good example, or can you pull something up?
Uh-oh.
Pull something up for me.
What?
Because I really want to hear it, and then I want to ask you our final question. I thought we'd switch it up with man-to-man this time, but instead of it always being would you rather questions, it'd be cool if we just asked ridiculous questions and just delve into it.
Let's do it.
And then, we'll just wrap it up. But
Let's check out a little bit of Clairsentient before we...
Clary.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
How do you
Close
spell
enough.
that?
Okay, I was just gonna get into it because like that's like kind of an inside joke. Is that it's like people will always be like, "Man, I'm really into your band." Like it's Claire, like CLAR sentient, like sentient.
Clairsentient.
That's kind of like how I try to explain it to people so that they get it. But like I don't know. I feel like with the internet, phonetics have been lost.
We're gonna drop plugs on all the like the links in the episode and stuff like that. But just really quickly, do you want to shout out your like whatever we can get you on? Like where can we find you?
We're on YouTube. We got a Facebook page. We're on Spotify. We might still be there. I have to check see the way my bank account is set up. But we're definitely on YouTube, and if you just search Clairsentient Band, it'll pop up.
Beginning of Radiance or the beginning of Carbon Ashes?
I would say Carbon Ashes.
Carbon Ash is a
Let's
good
hear it.
song.
because it gets right to the
All
point.
right, let's hear it.
It's so quiet.
Yeah, along them gent boy.
There's a little taste.
They were genting. No, wait.
Sorry, yeah,
Was
that,
that
was fucking dope.
That was tasty.
I remember
really
when I
good.
saw you guys at Bogarts, and you guys kill it, dude. So clean, so much energy. It's always a good time
I was
seeing
so
you guys.
wasted,
I mean,
oh
I've
shit,
seen
that
you
was
guys a
your
couple
birthday
times.
and shit. Kevin was fucked up.
dude.
Oh shit, yeah, you did look a little
Yeah,
fucked up up
yeah.
there, but you guys
I
were killing it.
It went pretty well.
All right.
That was a
I
good
mean, I only unplugged my guitar one time,
Yeah.
which is I mean,
I
on
mean,
average, it's
like an
great.
average, it's like 3 or 4
It's like
usually.
3 or 4. So once it was like, yeah.
Sweet.
But that was the last time I did get like blackout drunk.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
trying to clean
the
up.
thing, we played kind of early that night too, so
Yeah.
it was like all right for you to get drunk after that.
I kind of got a free pass.
And it was
like,
your birthday.
It was your birthday. Like they gave us like whenever you have a green room, you're like, I don't
Yep.
know.
Let me get a rider. 3 bottles of Jameson.
And there was like a lot of like bands that we had that I had played with in the past that were like I hadn't seen in a while, and I was like, oh man, I miss you guys so much. Do a shot.
Oh
Give
yeah,
another shot.
because it was like a lot of rock bands we were playing that with that night,
yeah,
and it
'cause I
was
played
like
in the-
after you were out of Lying in Ruins.
I was like officially done with Lying in
Yeah.
Ruins, so they were like, "Yeah, fuck those guys, let's get drunk." So it was just all the way, like,
That was
but
a pretty
like,
sweet night.
I lost a lot of that night.
Yeah,
I don't blame
I
you.
would imagine that you don't remember that because I
Nah.
just remember you being on some fucking other level shit.
Yeah, but we're writing new stuff now.
Yep. We
Anything you can announce?
Oh,
I mean, we don't
anything.
honestly don't really have dates and shit. We have been working diligently on some songs that we've been working on for
Yeah,
a
I feel
while.
like-
We're kind of taking our time with it, but
Yeah.
it's
That's what
like
I say.
almost needed because it's gonna be worth it. Like,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
we're
I
writing
feel like
some
the
take
bands
different
getting,
time on it.
like bands getting like a cycle where like you put out a demo of like 3 or 4 songs and you play a few shows and like you can't sell that shit. Like
Right.
no one cares like that you've got 3 fucking shitty songs you recorded in your fucking basement. Like
which
that's
is
just
what we
something
have
you're
right
just
now.
like putting out like for right now to get people like some kind of reference to what you sound like, you know what I'm saying? And then you go out, you play all summer, you go and record 3 or 4 more like fucking of your shitty half put together songs and you go and it's
right.
over and over
Right.
and over.
You want to have
until-
something good to look back
until
on.
like somebody quits and your band breaks up, you know,
Right.
like but like if I'm at the point now where I want to do like a complete thought,
Yep.
like just
Yeah, that
take
makes
the
sense.
time, not play the fucking shows, like get the material right, so that like
It'd
We're
be
gonna write it.
perfect.
We're gonna write an album
Like,
instead of like a couple
yeah.
songs. Like
I've been doing demos, like it's kind of been like the formula for like I've jumped on bands like before and been like recorded over top of stuff, but like this is like all of us collaborating and like really putting everyone's heads together and making like something from the ground up. So
Can't fucking wait to hear it when it comes
oh
out,
man,
dude.
I
it's
can't.
gonna be
I'm
worth it.
so fucking excited.
It's
to,
coming
for people to hear
together.
it.
Like we've been working on this shit for a while, for real. And there's been shit that's slowed it down, of course, like fucking life and shit. But like, it's coming together now, finally, and it's gonna be fucking good. So,
Full
yeah.
support.
it's gonna be worth the wait.
There's a lot of different stuff we're doing.
Perfect. So now we're gonna get into our last section here before we end the podcast. It's called
Man to Man.
Alex, you joined us. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Alex. That was the
So
first.
basically, it's just a would you rather question or just a ridiculous question now.
All right.
Where basically I can manipulate it any way I want, but I want to hear an honest answer about all of this. So basically, my question this episode is, how would you guys sneak a full and whole honey baked ham into the movie theater?
That's not even a
Careful
would you
planning.
rather.
I know we're not doing a would you rather.
Oh, okay. So, how? I mean,
Like, what are you doing? You buy the honey baked ham, the whole one.
you like
big
chop
ass
it up.
honey
You
ham.
chop
Like,
it up into a bunch of little pieces
Nope,
and
it's
put it
gotta
into
be the whole
sandwich
thing.
bags.
The whole
Oh, it's
ham.
got to be the whole
Bone in
thing.
and
You can't chop it
everything?
up.
Yeah, the
You're
whole,
gonna need fucking silverware, a giant carving knife, bring a machete in the movie theater, and now they check your bags and shit. Have you been in the movie theater?
Actually,
so they check
why
your
would you
bags?
No, they don't check your bags
Dude,
anymore.
they've been
I don't
checking
think,
bags at the last several that I went to, and I'm like, what the fuck? You got now? I gotta go
Whoa.
mortgage
I've
my
never
house
seen
to
that.
buy fucking peanut M&Ms.
I need to get your credit
Son
score.
of a bitch. Yeah, can I get
score
your
before you
credit?
go.
Like for what? For this $28 Mountain Dew? Like,
So-
is that the biggest one? No, it's the smallest one. We actually found a Dixie cup in the back. We're gonna fill it up with $28. Like what? What the fuck? We can't
Okay.
sneak shit in.
But how you doing the honey baked ham? I got to hear your opinion.
I have a theory. I
Okay.
know what I would do. I would like get a wheelbarrow and like put the honey baked ham in my pants, like gray sweatpants. And I would put the honey baked ham in my pants. I would put the honey baked ham pants in the wheelbarrow, and I would be like, I got elephantiasis in my nuts.
Or you
Wait,
got
would you
massive
honey?
fupa?
Would you honey bake the sweatpants also, so that you could eat them as a delicious snack with?
I
your
mean, I
honey
would
baked
probably
ham?
put like lining in the sweatpants, so
like
that,
aluminum foil.
yeah, or something. And I would need like all my cutlery, my plates underneath that. That's like the wheelbarrow. Like I'm not carrying all that shit. Like I'm gonna put it in the wheelbarrow because you know you've heard the stories about dudes like elephantiasis in their dick, and they gotta like carry a wheelbarrow around. And just
Pretty
run.
much every day I hear those
Like
stories.
I would just run with that. Like look,
Nobody's gonna check that shit.
no one's gonna be like,
What are they gonna do?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
pull your pants down.
yeah, like
Let me see what you're rolling in here.
shit, you are in for a
They could
surprise.
deny you entrance, though.
Yeah,
but who's going to do that? It's going to be like
This-
ableist, right?
Are you serious?
If you deny that person entrance and they do have elephantitis, though, like
That's ableist, right?
What do you
know
mean
what's
you don't
called?
I
have?
would get somebody in like scrubs to like assist me, like just walk in, like hold me by the arm, like to make it seem like legit, like you know what I mean, like
It's just your significant other. Yeah.
yes.
Alex, what would you do?
My girlfriend's a nurse. Like I would just like bring her.
Oh, well,
like,
perfect.
And like wear your scrubs. I'm gonna have the wheelbarrow. You're gonna hold like you know
We're gonna
ambulate
get into
me
this
to.
movie.
And they're not. I mean, I have full confidence. I'm getting it.
Movie theater attendant, sir. What do you mean you don't have cock wheelbarrow accommodations? You don't have giant elephantitis cocks walking in here every day to go see Ant-Man 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this is America.
Yeah, I thought this was America.
What are you doing, Alex?
I mean, you already told me that my option wouldn't work. I would cut it up into little pieces and put it into sandwich bags. And
Well, how you put? Okay,
Sell
let's
it
say
like drugs. What,
Let-
where's
yeah,
your next
exactly.
step?
I would sell it like drugs in the movie theater. Like,
Hey,
hey,
you know, I
this
got some
this
ham.
is cheaper than that popcorn, and it's more filling.
and it's straight from honey baked ham.
Hella protein.
Why don't you just put it underneath the shirt and then just start wearing mega layers? Like you put it underneath the shirt.
You have to wear,
Yeah,
like,
you
a
could do
shirt
that.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
wear,
Okay,
Honey
Luke.
baked
like
ham,
hoodie,
though,
and then you
bro.
wear like a coat, and then you wear like a thin coat, and then you wear like a pea coat.
Because Luke, it's July 10th, and if you walk in with 9 big puffy ass coats and a whole honey baked ham, I think you're gonna have heat stroke before you get from the car to the movie theater entrance.
There's gonna be
is
questions
what-
the second you walk
I don't
out
have
of
any
the
air
theater.
conditioning in my car, so I'm just in there sweating, blacking out as I'm driving. I got the big poofy ass coat on, the
You
honey
don't
baked
put
ham.
it on till you get there, you maniac. You gotta think this out.
Honey baked ham smells delicious. Dude. It's the only thing fucking waking me up.
You try to go in, they're like, "What's that smell,
Sir,
You're smelling awfully sweet.
It's my.
Why are you wearing a
cologne.
fur coat?"
I smell brown
That's-
sugar.
That's just my honey baked titty. Don't worry about that.
That's hilarious. What about you, Luke? What are you doing?
I just told you what I would do.
Okay, Cody.
I went through 8 different explanations of what I
I just want to hear your thoughts.
I would probably. Here's what I would do. I would have the honey baked ham strapped to my back, and then I would have my assistant plastic wrap it to my back. Probably a layer of deodorant so that the honey baked ham wouldn't stick to my back hairs. You don't want honey baked ham back here. That's no good. And you wrap it around, and then I get a big green coat. And I'm gonna go all out for this makeup and everything, and I'm gonna look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like, what are they gonna say? You got a big fucking giant honey baked ham back. Like, you can't fucking
Let them pass.
Yeah, they're not gonna stop you. They're just gonna feel bad for you. They'll probably buy your ticket for you. Let's just sit right in the middle.
Here, sir, we're gonna show you the best seat in the house.
I have another great idea too.
Let's hear it.
That'd be after yours though, because I don't.
I was thinking the Igor route, just kind of limping it all the way in. Just,
Right.
I probably have to park in the handicap spot, right?
To really sell it.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You'd
have to get
have to
a-
have a handicap sticker, though. You'd have to
I guess
really
I'd have
go to great lengths.
No, you
To
just
sell
print that
this.
shit off on
Fucking
Google and get that
honey
shit
baked ham in the
laminated.
theater.
Yeah, I've been planning it for weeks,
This is a really big day for me.
Honey baked ham caper day.
I don't eat for a couple days. I'm ready to eat this fucking honey baked
Right.
ham while watching Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I got another plan. Like, I would get like some Mr. Potato Head parts and like a wig, and like put the wig on the ham, and just like
No, this is my wife.
This is my date. Like, I will make you like tell me that this is not an acceptable date to this movie. Like 2 for
We're married.
2 for Ant-Man and Wasp, please. Like, hold my ham.
So you'd pay extra for that?
I mean, if you're gonna sneak a fucking ham in, you gotta do it. Chances are you've already spent money getting like he brought extra shirts and fucking layers. Like, I got a wheelbarrow. Like, I've already invested in this. Like, why not an extra movie? That's actually cheaper than our other fucking
hilarious.
options. Like, if you really want to fucking sneak a honey baked ham in, maybe you need to buy an extra ticket.
Actually, good point. That's a very good point. I was thinking you were going to go like the baby carriage route,
Like, in the stroller. It's her first movie.
This is my baby boy.
Aw, she's so delicious.
I mean, what are they going to say? Why is he like
I love you, Angelica.
Yeah.
that? He looks a little weird. What are you saying about my baby?
Don't your baby have pineapple eyes and a little tiny cherry nose?
Little cloves stuck in them.
A fork for an arm. Well, I think that's a good point, place to end that. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. It was such a good time.
Thank you for having us.
Really appreciate it, guys.
Check out Clairsentient. Be on the lookout for Silent Harvest once it's out. High five. Whoop. Whoop. All right. And then make sure to check us out on all the social media outlets and all that shit.
Check out the Shit Talking Cunts podcast, STC. Check out Between the Covers. It's a podcast that they're connected to that they're about to start up. First episode will be out when this episode drops.
What's that about again?
Check them out. They will review romance novels. They will laugh at them and
Oh my god,
a whole lot of other great
awesome.
nonsense.
That sounds fucking awesome and
Oh
hilarious.
my god, yeah.
So they got to read the whole shitty book and then review
Well,
it?
I mean, obviously they're romance novel like fanatics, like they like it. So I'm sure they've run across shitty ones at some point.
I'm thinking about like the Kroger brand love novels, like the Scandalous
They might
Lady.
be doing those.
My
like-
grandma just has stacks of those all over
It's
the
got,
house. And
like,
I just
this-
every time I come over, I get this uncomfortable feeling when I go to take a shit at her house and I see these fucking these romance novels stacked up all the way up on the tub.
the tub?
And it's this long-haired dude with
It's the
his chest
same
out.
long
You know what she's doing, right?
And I gotta
dude.
think about grandma flicking the old bean. I'm like, oh,
You know what she's
God,
doing,
I
right?
feel uncomfortable.
When she's home alone, she has a tough day of, struggling to walk
Being
around.
old.
And then she lights all the candles and she gets her wine out and she gets the fucking handheld shower top and, she starts reading the Scandalous Lady and then, just starts going to town, Cody.
Scandalous
Picture that next time
Lady,
you're over there. Anyways, yeah.
oh, God damn.
Follow us on Instagram because we might be doing pre-show.
Don't worry, Luke. Everybody
Instagram
just turned the
live
podcast
shows.
off thinking about my grandma getting into it in the shower. So you don't have to plug anything.
All
Sorry, I
right.
took the air out of the room.
But
But yeah, check all this shit out. We're also on YouTube now. Make sure to check that shit out. But yeah, peace, fuckers.
Peace.
Thank you for...
Are you fucking serious, Patrick? Thank you for listening to another episode of the Bastard Sermon. Luke's going to give you a whole list of places where you can find and follow and listen to us while Patrick sits here in agonizing, crushing embarrassment.
You can follow the Bastard Sermon at Bastard Sermon on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram at the Bastard Sermon. If you want to listen to more episodes of the Bastard Sermon, we are on Stitcher, Player FM, Libsyn, iTunes, Castbox, and now recently we are on RockStarsGlued3.0.com. Check them out.
Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that shit.
But don't go to Twitter because we never update that shit because we don't give a fuck about Twitter.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Twitter.
Yeah.
As of now.
All
But
right.
that could change. At the Bastard Sermon. And if you really want to go to the Twitter, make that shit happen. It's at Bastard Sermon because some fuckhead took the from us. All right.
That cunt.
That does it. Anything else we need? Did you tell them we're on Spotify now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Let's go. Bye.
See ya, bitches.